WIIFTBPM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Jackson. If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me said. Remy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
You gotta
attack.
get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah?
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this thing.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
You sure looking good tonight, baby. I just wanna make sweet love to you tonight, baby. If you don't mind, let me tell you.
Hey there, sexy lady of my dreams. Can I have you here with me? I just wanna love you down. Yeah. I'm making you scream my name. Loving your body. I'll be kissing your body. And I'll be caressing your body. Oh, baby, just come on. Loving your body. I'll be loving, feeling your body. I'm gonna touching your body all night, baby. Now I'm about to fulfill your fantasy. So come a little closer, bring your body to me. I'm trying to take my time, I won't rush at all, 'cause you deserve the best. I'm gonna love, I'm gonna kissing your body until the morning comes. Caressing your body, oh baby, just come on. Loving your body, and let me feeling your body, and I just wanna touching your body. If you don't mind, baby, let me love. Loving your body, I just wanna kissing your body. Don't stop me, baby. Kissing your body, oh baby, come on, loving your body, and let me feeling your body. Please, baby, touching your body, baby. La 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 la. Oh, baby, please, oh, please, baby, we gonna get it on tonight. Let's get it on. Get it on. I wanna love. Kissing your body all night, baby. Kissing your body, oh baby, don't stop long. Loving your body, just let me love. Feeling your body, I just wanna touch your body, you all night long. Come on, loving your body, wanna do it again. Kissing your body, I wanna do it again. Kissing your body, I just can't get enough of you, baby. Feeling your body, touching your body. I just wanna feel you tonight, baby. Makes me love. If you don't mind, sip a little wine, spend a little time. Ooh, I wanna makes me love. Ooh, I wanna makes me love.
I press decline and you keep calling me. Give you some love and you want all of it. I'm out here working, nigga, get a grip. I'm just trying to touch a million, you just wanna coexist. I say you clingy and you contradict. Give you my heart, you think it's counterfeit. Give you my word and you won't trust in it. What's the point of loving me if you don't know what trust is? I need the is you give now. Please don't back down on me. I know you've got the attention I need. Put your pride aside for me. Oh, 'cause I need that ease. Put your pride aside for me. That ease. While I'm out trying to get that ease. Know that I need that ease. Put your pride aside for me, baby. You're insecure, it's driving me crazy. I'm trying to get it and you keep on saying, get all my love, it's never enough. I put up with you for too long, now I'm over it. You want affection, I need money, I'ma call it quits. That is, that is, that is. Put your pride aside for me. That is, while I'm trying to get it, need it. That is, put your pride aside for me. Put it aside, put it aside, put it aside, put it aside, put it aside. Put your pride aside, put it aside.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. Enough to seal kids carry, I stay with the pipe. The Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Oh, wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Miss Ruthie Moore in the building. Ruthie, I'm starting to notice your scarf swag.
It's 62 degrees on my thermostat.
Ruthie, but when it was 80, you still had a scarf on.
I'm universal.
So, but what I'm noticing is you got a little. Do you match your socks?
No, I don't even have socks on.
Ruthie, you don't have socks on.
Mm-hmm. I know you and Todd said that people should wear socks, but you know.
That's either, were you one of those country people that did not want to wear shoes when you was a kid?
I've been barefoot a time or two.
See?
But socks are
See, that's what happened.
Socks are an accessory, not a necessity.
No.
And it depends on what you're doing.
If you're walking, you need socks. Now, if you're going to keep your feet kicked up all day, that's another thing. But Ruthie, you got to wear socks.
It depends.
On what?
The season, what I'm doing.
If it ain't no snow outside, do you wear socks? When do you wear socks?
When it's like super duper cold. Like if I need them for like warmth.
So if you don't need them for warmth, you ain't got no socks on?
It depends. It really depends. Depends on if I want to show my ankles.
Now who you showing your ankles to? Is that like a thing? Is that like a thing? Is that like something where dudes be like, let me check your ankles?
Maybe out. Like in 1901 or something.
Nah, I used to shoot. I was just watching Boomerang the other day. And they was defeat. I think Eddie Murphy invented that. Because before that, I think black women had corns and everything. And then after that. Yeah. I feel like after Boomerang, that's when black women started taking care of their feet. Like, for real. I'm not saying they didn't ever get no. But like, because there was never a time before Boomerang that black men looked at your feet. But after that movie, it was like, that was where we started. Y'all remember?
Now y'all back to not caring.
No, now y'all have gone to whole nother dimension with the additions and multiplications of the posteriors and the
that has nothing to do with toenails.
That has to do with like y'all just like women just, they done changed up the game a lot. It's like it used to be all natural. Now it's like
I hope you heard me smack my lips.
Oh, fake around. It's white. Okay, Ruthie. I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, socks. Not like you got to get some socks. We got to get you some socks. We're going to put you on the Socks Collection Club. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. You got to make your socks match your scarf.
That's funny.
You sock, scarf, and then like it's got the...
You wear socks all the time. Don't you wear sandals?
No.
You wear flip-flops?
I wear slides, according to my son.
With no socks, right?
No, I wear them with socks.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah, I wear them with socks. Unless I'm at the house.
Oh,
now, if I'm around the house, shoot.
What's the point of wearing slides if you're going to put on some socks?
The slides. Won't your socks match your slides? Like, shoot, if you got on some Gucci slides, then you got on some Gucci socks, and then it's just like a whole thing.
Oh, okay. Now, that's a vibe.
It's a whole thing you do, right? Like, or if you got slides, you wear your slides to the pool and to the, so you could be. Like, I'm not like, slides are not, like, out.
Oh, I got to go to the grocery store and put my slides on real quick. That's not you?
Nah, I'm going to probably throw on some gym shoes. Because I feel like in the grocery stores where it always goes down, like you're going to get spotted. Somebody's like, I saw Maze, and boy, he needs a pedicure. Lord have mercy. And my feet, if I ain't going nowhere close to a beach, I be feeling bad for Carrie. Because I can always tell when I got some skin, because she wake up mad. Right? Like if I scraped her with the toenails in the nighttime and I took some skin or drew blood, oh yeah, she work up with an attitude. She'd be like, I'm like, hey, good morning, baby. I'll be buying coffee and everything. She'd be, good morning.
Why you let your feet get like that, man? You don't go and get like, I go get like regulars.
Riis, you know what?
Like
so check this out.
Patties, like.
Now, see how you said that?
Yeah.
This is why we gotta say, "Hey, Riis, is it okay?" No, check it. No. Because I'm here. Here's me. I will get. I don't think people should wear slides to work. And yesterday,
HR manager.
Antonio, I went to TP yesterday, and everybody behind the counter had some slides on.
Wait, is it because it's unprofessional, or is it because it's a hazard?
It's all of that. So I guess I started in business as, first of all, the way y'all dress for work, the way millennials be like, yo, like I still be like, where your tie? I went to my McDonald's interview in a shirt and tie. Right? Like I had a full shirt and tie. Y'all just have changed up the game. But yeah, no slides. I don't think you should wear slides to work.
It depends on what your job is.
If it ain't what you call it, Baywatch, homie, put some shoes on. Get some shoes. Man, and Riis, you say, do I get I don't get manis and petties. I'll get a manicure or a pedicure. But mani and petty sounds, it feels just like that when you say that. Now, I'm going to tell you, I really have to be motivated to go somewhere. Like when your toenails get hurt your feet in the shoe, I might bust them down. Like I used to have a time in my life when I got a manicure and pedicure every 2 weeks, right? Like, but I have it was sort of like a status thing, proving, and like, you know what I'm saying? It's like now I'd be like, dang babe, I wear socks. You know what I'm saying? Like, so anyway, I am good for a manicure or pedicure, but probably like once every quarter, right? I do it once every quarter. I'm not. And realistically, the way my time is set up, like, and sometimes you go in a place. First of all, I can't go in a little Korea, because the dynamic between the black people and the Koreans in the shop is just too much for me to bear sometimes.
Sensory overload.
Oh my God, they be cursing each other out. I'm gonna turn on Google Translator one day, and it's gonna be a murder. Cause if I bet them, cause the way the sisters be talking to the Korean women in the place, and the way the dudes they be back and forth, and they be.
You don't like it?
No.
My place is peaceful.
You go to a black place?
Hell no.
No, why would I do that?
See? Look at that, Ruthie. See, you talk about,
I went to one.
He looks like he be fun.
I went to one black place before. First of all, I had a schedule at 12:30. She had somebody in my. She was just starting somebody in my spot. So, she's like, wait. So I waited, then she took a whole hour. And then she asked her friend to do it. Her friend had an attitude. She like, nah, I don't want to do it. And I tipped because so I ain't know that you're supposed to tip like a couple of dollars. So I'd be like tipping like $15. So I was like, man, but yeah, so and now I go to Lin. Lin, come on, Lin.
See?
You can't let that one experience.
Well, do you know what? We have conceded so many of some of our stuff we be giving away. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. However, I'm just gonna tell. Hey, can I tell you, if Carrie go to the Koreans, they love her when she come, cause they be like, "You so nice, you so nice." They be like, "You sit down, you sit down."
They know her name.
They be like, "No." I'll be like, "Don't be talking to
I think
him."
they call all the black girls TT.
Whatever they call them. They be like, you sit down. They be talking. They be trying to halfway talk to her like, "You not like the others." They be like, hold on, Ling Ling. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to get in trouble for that. Riis going to get us banned in the money. All right. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Ruthie Moore. Ruthie, who do your nails and toes? How often you get your tails and nose? Toes and nails done.
I probably never get my nails done. Feet, it depends. But I don't like necessarily going to places.
Do you paint your toenails?
In my local? It depends. If I got my toes out in the winter, no. Summer, spring, you might catch some polish.
How long you let your toenails grow before you gotta cut them? Do you cut them or do the people cut them?
No, I generally try to.
Anybody ever eat their toenails?
Why don't you do that?
No, man. I hope you were little when you did that.
I used to season them.
With what?
Salt. They was like,
is it time for the social media question today? Yeah.
This is not on the paper.
Maybe that was one of my poverty hacks. Thank you very much.
See, I kind of know what's gonna happen by how many buttons you got unbuttoned, and today you got 2 already off top. So it's about to be one of those types of shows.
Okay. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got Ruthie Moore in the building.
It was salt.
I used to treat them like sunflower seeds. Yeah, like I have them. Like if I went out to go play, I keep them all together, and then I'd be like acting like I was on the pitches, man.
It's protein.
See. Yeah, man, y'all, you don't know nothing about that till you. You don't know nothing about that till you. All right, it's the Maze Jackson Show. DJ Riis the Ruler, how you feeling, man? Mr. Business in the front, party in the back.
I'm blessed by the best. You already know the rest. I'm praying for you, though, man.
You didn't season. No. I'm the only person that's put salt on my toenails and then spit them. Yeah. Y'all tripping.
We tripping.
You know, normally I'll be with you, man, but I don't know about this one.
We tripping.
Okay, I'm gonna move on. Let's get the subplane up to 60,000 feet. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Riis and Ruthie in the building. All right, y'all, let's catch some of these headlines real quick. COVID-19 death rate, the highest it's been in 7 months. It's only 9 months in the year. So it's what, February? We back to February numbers, but we've been partying like it's 1999, and the mayor got me nervous like maybe it is 1999. Last week, I was looking at a lot of pictures of the mayor on social media. She did not have a mask. She didn't know. I'm saying
she never do.
I'm saying out and about, talking to people, hugging people and stuff. I saw a ton of people. I mean, not even Ruthie. I'm talking about she didn't even have the kind where they be hanging on your ears and under your chin. There was no mask in sight. Listen, talking about gotta have house. Talking about we gotta go to the house festival. All right.
You see every state. Back to every state.
Every state. And we walking around and she walking around like, what? COVID, what COVID?
They're gonna change them. They're gonna change their reporting metric.
Oh yeah, right.
Watch.
Now it's gonna be like how many people died in the hospital after being intubated. Then they're gonna add another description to it. It's gonna be like, yeah. Oh, and then you see today, Joe Biden is announcing measures that they're going to take against non-vaccinated people.
Oh,
today they said 7 things be on the lookout for. Lord DB, I'm just telling y'all be ready.
They want a national. They probably gonna announce a national reporting system, or like a little verification, not a little, but a big verification system.
You saw they just caught more people at the airport with the fake ID cards. Yo, yeah, they shouldn't just. They made them cards though on like a copier, like Ruthie.
That's why they about to switch to this national.
You got to get a card.
You gonna have to get. This gonna be the national system before you get the chip yourself.
Okay, I'm gonna move on. You just with me with that. All right, did you see the Attorney General Kwame Raghul is investigating the Joliet Police Department for patterns and practices of potential racism after a young man was killed there last year. CPD increases their River North presence. That video we showed last week, they said we need more people. So they brought more people down to River North. So Riis, can I tell you? Me and Carrie saw what you was talking about Buckingham Fountain. Ruthie.
It
was cracking down there. I mean, Ruthie, it was like, I was like, hold on. And both sides of the street, man, people was opening up their trunks, going. I was like, man, it was all races too. It was like everybody. I was like, oh no, I'm not stopping. Somebody's gonna get shot.
No, it's too many police over there.
And man, you ain't see the video. You know how many times the police been on the site when somebody got shot?
True.
Come on now. Don't play me. Didn't you just read Then we just had this long conspiracy talk yesterday? Boy, y'all just don't be listening. Y'all like my kids, man. Man. No, Brandon, you can be comfortable at your house. Work is where you are supposed to,
What if you bring your slides and then you change and you just wear your slides at your desk?
So that,
if you got a desk at work.
Well, if you got to get up, but then how much time do I lose when you have to switch because you got to come out front?
You can't even see. I'm just switching it under the desk.
Ruthie, I need you to come in for a second, please.
Okay.
1,000, 2 1,000, 3. But now you gotta put your other. But you got what you got on that? 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000. Now you got to get up and get to me. 8 1,000. Has it been 10 seconds since I called you?
See, that's why people be stealing time at work. That's why people be stealing time. That's why people be stealing time.
Man, come on now. Now, don't front like y'all know fantasy football season is coming. Speaking of fantasy football, I just want to tell y'all. I wanted to let y'all know about the conspiracy because I was looking in my email all day for the link. Because Riis,
got it.
Look, he got it today because he want to make sure. See, we would have had a full league draft. We could have drafted at 7:00 last night if Riis would have sent me the link because everybody would have been in. See, now you got to take the winnings. Whoever Dallas and what is it? Dallas and
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay tonight. So who you got? Tom Terrific. I got to rock with Tom.
The Buccaneers, not Tom Terrific, but unfortunately he plays for them.
Now, them slides, man. I'm gonna tell you, my son, it could be raining outside. He will put on some slides. I'd be like, dog, your socks are gonna get wet. He'd be like, Dad, I don't have on socks. I'm like, dude, no slides at work. I'm sorry. Okay, let me keep on moving on because y'all know I was a bird. Did you see Marina Verbitsky? Does that name sound familiar to you? Marina Verbitsky. Apparently she missed the plane, and so she got mad that she missed the plane and said there was a bomb in her luggage and the plane had to come back.
Yeah.
That's some white people stuff.
She thought that was going.
Oh, well, it's not going to end up well because if they had to, how much you think it costs to turn a plane around in the air and bring it back and land it? And under emergency circumstances.
Jail time.
She white. She'll be at home tomorrow. Hey, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after some... Oh, we'll be back after...
Not going to welcome the audience?
Go ahead, Riis. Why don't you do it? Go ahead, man. Tell them hi. Hey, audience. Super producer Riis, DJ Riis the Ruler, reminded me that I forgot to say what's up to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM who is tuning in with us every day from 6:30 to 8. We appreciate you all. Thank you for tuning in and everybody on the TuneIn app. Now, we don't want to make sure we don't forget anybody, so thank you to everybody on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, or like if at your mama house listening to her TV. We just want to thank y'all for tuning in, listening in. This is the Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after traffic and the weather.
The Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
WIIFTVPN. Monster Jam. Coming to Allstate Arena September 17th through 19th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Visit monsterjam.com for event details. You have to see it live, so get your tickets today.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:33 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather report. Today in sports, the Chicago Cubs game 2 against the Cincinnati Reds last night at Wrigley. Bottom of the 10th, Jason Hayward would hit a 3-run walk-off homer as the Cubs would win 4-1. The Chicago White Sox will lose to the Oakland A's 5-1. Now over to traffic, over to Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop is 22 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare, 18. On to Eden, inbound from Deerfield to Exchange, 28 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield, also 28 minutes. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 38 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 34. The Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 37 minutes. Outbound will be 32. On the Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 42 minutes. 29 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 18 minutes to the Loop and 16 minutes back to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive south is 7 minutes. That's 55th to Jackson as well as Jackson to 55th. 8 minutes north. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr back to Randolph. Today's weather is currently 61 but sunny. Expect a high of 73 and a low of 59. I'm Riis the Ruler, and this is Valerie on the Maze Jackson Show.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale? Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay that fine that you've been dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Oh, stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over there? Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over,
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Church, if you ain't trying to help us, don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies now of the politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis, and Ruthie and Todd, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. not the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed us all.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, as well as DJ Riis, the ruler, in the building. I'm going to run through some more of these headlines really quickly. Did you see that the cannabis sales are now going to be opened up downtown? Mm-hmm. Even though none of the black people can afford the rent or the money to get down there. Remember, the mayor said we're going to hold it off. We're not going to allow sales so that when the black and brown people get in, they can have opportunity. You know we ain't going to get them downtown spots because you know what the rent is?
How much?
Okay, you know let me give you an example. Mm-hmm. You know the billboard across Ontario when you're leaving out of downtown? Mm-hmm. That costs $16,000 a month. That's just a billboard. That's not a building. Downtown real estate is googly money.
That's crazy.
And so remember now I want to put this in perspective for you. Remember when we talked about how the bank loans 17 cents on the dollar to black people? So you got to go get your cannabis. You want to say you get a downtown location, but now you got to go get a loan from the bank. You only get 17 cents for every dollar the white boy get. How you going to open up your joint downtown? So then the white boy going to come to you and say, hey, I know you can't afford this, really. Y'all don't want to listen to me, though. Y'all okay. All right. Billionaires, did you see this? The billionaires from San Francisco have chipped in on a candidate against J.B. Pritzker. He raised $11 million in 1 week, Ruthie.
No, I had not heard that.
Yeah. The local Republicans say that ain't enough. Mm-hmm. That ain't going to be it. But I'm just saying, like, when you think about you could dial up $11 million in 1 week.
1 week.
Right. See why we need rich friends. Think about this. Ruthie, you say you want to run for office. Mm-hmm. Me and my guys say, hey dog, Ruthie say she want to run for office. Hey Joe, give her $3 million. You give her 3, I give her 3. You give her 3. All right. Go start them up. Just crazy. For those of you, Ruthie, this probably don't apply to you. Those of you that have Hulu, Wu-Tang is back, season 2. Man,
I actually do have Hulu.
I figured. Who login you got?
It actually come with my music subscription service. Like a package.
They trying to do that now. Like they trying to throw everything together.
I got grandfathered in.
You get did you get Disney too? And ESPN?
I never watched it.
Disney has actually got some good stuff on there. You gotta especially if you into I'm learning about the new Marvel stuff. Mm-hmm. They got some good stuff. Captain America was good. I mean, Winter and the Snow Falcon was good. I'm really now just starting to catch on to the what's the dude the family in black and white? Mr. The one with that he turns into a robot and old girl is the assassin. Anyway, they got I can't think of what it is.
But Spy Kids?
I never saw Spy Kids. First of all.
Classic. It's a classic.
It's not, Ruthie. Goonies is the classic.
No, Spy Kids is good.
Did you see, who saw Goonies?
Goonies is better than Spy Kids.
I ain't seen Goonies. Was it something in black and white?
Oh, so you want to go funny, huh? Goonies. I could watch. If Goonies came on today, I'll watch it right now. I will watch Goonies right now. Okay. Hey y'all, check this out. Devin, this one is for you because it's in South Carolina. Did you see that Dylan Roof wants overturned the appellate court's decision to cook his butt? He said that his new lawyers are saying that he should not have been allowed to represent himself. Fool, you represented yourself when you walked in that place. WandaVision, that's it. I still want to see him with Kool-Aid on his lips and tube socks. I want him to be before he goes, I want him to date a brother. Andrew, did you ever see Oz? Remember Adebisi?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, remember Adebisi in the first day the white boy came in? He was like, Adebisi was like, oh yeah. He was like, this, you'll be wearing this tonight. Dylan Roof got, okay, I'm sorry. Maybe we want Dylan Roof to get stopped by that same police officer.
Get a little flashlight treatment.
Oh yeah, but y'all probably be like, that wasn't right. I forgot we forgave Dylan Roof already. That Ruthie, that was so hard for me to hear. Like the dude, they had just barely caught him, and the family was like, we forgive you. And people were like, that's so courageous. I was like, no, it's really not. It's really not. It's really not. Oh, the Godfather of Harlem. Yep. But that's what I want to happen to Dylan Roof. Do you watch the Godfather of Harlem?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So when Bumpy Johnson really want to make you pay, it's like it winds up like you tied up to a bed and this big 400-pound black dude who came home be like,
dang, that was Bumpy punishment?
I'll break you down.
Jeezy Pete's.
Oh, yeah. They do every... the first time I saw that as punishment in a movie was... did you see Snowfall, the first season? Was that crazy? That was traumatic. Like, I almost stopped watching Snowfall after that. Because I was like, okay. He was like, he's in there giving it to him. Huh? No, he's giving it to... I was like, oh, my God.
I haven't seen it.
It was traumatic. I stopped watching Snowfall for like a month after that.
That's like a weird punishment.
But they said, so it was funny. We were talking, not funny. Did you know that is a tradition in war in certain places? Like that part of like when you capture prisoners of war, that they like gang rape them. The soldiers gang raped them, and like I was just reading this article in the about like what was happening and all the stuff that we condone. Like they was talking about how like one general during the wars in African times kept a dude chained to his bed. Did you see what's that movie with Idris Elba? The
Beast of No Nation.
Beast of No Nation. You saw that? I was just like, Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
Lord Jesus, help us, please. That was just too... That I ain't never seen... He lost... Like, I ain't never looked at him the same after that neither.
That was a pretty good movie.
It was, except for...
Yeah, it was
troublesome. That traumatized me. That traumatized me. See, and then he took Omar's spot. See, I'm telling you, they made it okay in the Wire slid it in. Ooh, let me not say slid it in. I take that back. I'm not saying it's an African tradition. I'm saying it's a tradition of war, right? Throughout time.
Rape has been used in war forever.
Yes. I think we only see it as women. But like reading the article, it was like they used to, like it was a way to just demoralize the prisoners of war. It was crazy. Like, all right, I don't even know how we got to that. Because Dylan Roof. Speaking of that, Dylan Roof, get you one. By the way, Robert E. Lee, Ruthie, can I tell you how far I've evolved since we've been on this show? I remember when I was kind of like, I don't know about taking these statues down, but they took Robert E. Lee down in Richmond, Virginia. You know, it was some hillbillies hurting yesterday.
Him and the horse.
But what the best part was, they cut that summer gun in half. They cut it in half. Yeah, I do think, though, that, let me just think, do you think that if they would have let a black person do it, the white folks would have went crazy?
Yeah, it would have been way too symbolic.
See, they should have let the black people take that bad boy down. Yeah, no, like, come on, man. We don't see to the victor go to spoils. We can't get no get back. I mean, all we doing is taking the statue down. Cutting it in half. I would have cut it in quarters.
Oh.
Y'all had a hard time. See, because they could weld it back together in half. By the time I got through with old Robert E. Lee.
That statue probably worth more cut in half down than it was up.
All right. Y'all, it is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. And also, last one, because Riis don't want to collaborate. We might not even have a fantasy football draft tonight so that we can all watch football tonight because tonight is the first night of football.
Is they for real playing, or they still doing them?
Oh no, it's NFL.
It's real?
Remember this time 2 years ago when we was super fired up because we thought we was going to the Super Bowl? It was the Bears versus Green Bay. The Chicago, remember Roger Goodell came here, he gave away $1 billion, and then they was like, oh, it's black people. And they gave away 2 tickets to the Super Bowl. Right? He was like, oh, I got a couple tickets we could give away. Because y'all can remember they came and did all of that, gave away hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they gave it away to white organizations.
Uh-huh. That was Jay-Z.
That was not Jay-Z, thank you.
That was Jay-Z.
That was Roger Goodell. Thank you. Around here trying to show somebody up.
You know Jay-Z.
I can't understand what you're talking about. Like, yeah, sip your coffee. All right, y'all. Hove. That wasn't Hove. That was Roger Goodell. He can't control everything in the NFL. He was just getting his hands around their neck.
Hove said, stop kneeling. And then they gave that money away. And then they announced we had some concerts. And then the officer kneeled on the man's neck, on George Floyd's neck. And it was like,
Ruthie, I don't appreciate you. This all not tied together. We've got to uncouple this. We've got to unbundle this.
It go together.
No, it does not go together. It does not go together. You got to unbundle this.
Think about the irony of Colin Kaepernick kneeling, Jay-Z saying stop kneeling.
He told the officer not to be kneeling on nobody.
And then George Floyd happened.
Because the officers was like, we going to teach that rich Negro answer.
It's because we wasn't past kneeling. And Jay-Z need to be held accountable for that. I'm just saying.
Why black people all got selective memory? All these things that people be doing, you want to forget Jay. You can't forget. You know what?
That was really a moment where we all could have galvanized, because we know how much black people love sports and entertainment, and we literally had it in our hands in terms of being able to shift and control the narrative. Once the white people started kneeling, we should have really seized the moment. But Jay-Z said he saw a business opportunity. The capitalist in him took over. And he said, we past kneeling. And that was, we going to give y'all some concerts in Chicago, and we going to donate some money. Did you go to the concerts?
Ruthie, I don't appreciate you right now.
I'm with Cap. I still feel the type of way. Atonement has not been made for me with this one.
Okay. All right, I'll take some atonement. I think I'm owed some atonement from a lot of people around this joint. But that's dang, boy, you know how to take the air out of a good old football kickoff. Thank you, Ruthie.
I mean, kneeling.
Are you gonna be in the draft though?
Kneeling on something will take the air out of it.
That wasn't funny, but
just saying.
I'm
just saying. We passed kneeling, and everybody was like, "Yeah, we passed kneeling."
I didn't say that.
Get up, Kaepernick.
I wasn't passing.
We were Jay-Z.
I was just mad that every time. I was mad when Kaepernick got the Nike deal. Not mad. I was like, hold on. You mean to tell me I'm out here not watching, and Nike is sponsoring both the NFL and Colin? They got it coming and going, and I'm the only one around here crazy? I was like, I'm about to watch me some football. So, but for the record, Ruthie, in support of Colin Kaepernick, I bought my son some Kaepernick Air Force Ones, which he is now trading on the on whatever that StockX or whatever it is, because he's outgrown them. But I did buy him some Kaepernicks. That was my way to show support to his solidarity.
I'll take that.
To Nike. How much did he make as Nike used the little Indian guys or the little Asian guys to make the jerseys? He wasn't oppressing nobody. That's all right, though. It's all good. It's all good. Y'all be trying to hate on Jay, man. Y'all be...
Now they wearing the blood diamond?
It's not the blood diamond. It's the life diamond now. I'm just telling you, man. They got to get see, now what Jay gonna do is go to Zimbabwe and connect with the brothers in Zimbabwe and bring them diamonds that the white folks, that's better than all the white people diamonds. And then he gonna bring them out. And then the people from Zimbabwe could be free. But it takes the first step, Ruthie. He got to be able to get some legitimacy with the blood diamond so you can see how terrible this is.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get y'all this real rock. Because I told you I saw a diamond like this big.
Yeah.
It was like super big, and the brothers couldn't
do nothing with it.
They couldn't do. I mean, it's like, Muggs looking like, man, it'd be great because the white people said they signed the rocks. It's crazy. All right, DJ Riis the Ruler. It's about that time. Put it up and then hit me with the big voice.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Did y'all see in the news that they are trying to debate whether Ronald Reagan should get a statue at the Capitol? Ronald Reagan. So Ronald Reagan, to some people in America, they regard him as the greatest president of our time. Mm-hmm. Some people regard him as the most racist president of our time until Donald Trump came and stole it. Actually, did you know the Make America Great Again phrase that Donald Trump used and the red hat was all part of the Reagan campaigns of the 80s? He really basically repeated everything that Ronald Reagan did in the 80s, but he took it to another level. Ronald Reagan was born in Illinois, Eureka, Illinois. Went on to become a famous actor, then moved on, went to California, where he became the governor of California, signed up as one of the most right-wing conservative Republicans, left there, and let me back up, he started out as a Democrat, became one of the most conservative Republican governors. Actually, he was the governor in California when they tried to uproot the Black Panthers. And he was, going after the terrorists, sort of like along the same lines as J. Edgar Hoover. Looking back at Ronald Reagan, during his era, I would say that Ronald Reagan was the rebirth of white hope in America. After a time of kind of being on the downtrodden, we had gone through the civil rights era. Then we went through the militant black era when he became the governor of California. He was beating down the black activists and all the hippies and all of that stuff. He was trying to restore order to America, quote unquote, to make America great again. There is mixed reaction. I often hear people say, like Reagan, Reaganomics, blah, 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 all the negativity of it. I'll be honest with you. As a child, during the Reagan era, for me, it kind of felt like the Wonder Years, right? Like I felt like we had moved to Bolingbrook. It was kind of like our, I don't think I felt the direct negative impact the way that some people talk about it in the hood. However, looking back upon his history, this is the guy who really kicked off the crack era, right? With the Iran-Contra hearings, putting the drugs in California, just completely racist policies throughout. He created the welfare queen, right? Remember, he went on TV and talked about the welfare queen with the Cadillac and all the kids, and he really mastered the vilification of black folks in code speak.
Propaganda?
Yep. Kicked off the war on drugs. Remember, this is your brain on drugs. But it was also a time when America, if you talk to white Americans, when they felt like they were making America great again. And so my question is, here in Illinois, where we know the impact of the war on drugs, where we know the impact of crack, where we have seen the outburst of his legacy, the rebirth of Trumpism, does Ronald Reagan get a statue in the state of Illinois? I look at it sort of like, now, and what they say is that Ronald Reagan was iconic and shaped the country. going forward. Now, there's Mary Flowers, State Representative Mary Flowers is chairing the committee where this is being discussed. And I feel like it's almost like we know he wasn't a good guy, but he presented well on TV. So, like, white people think of him as the Gip, right? From Notre Dame and the cowboy and the all-American Ronald Reagan. But was he not the embodiment of the American past that promoted racism, that was willing to go in and kill to protect that white power? And I could see there being a debate about him getting it in a place like California, a place like Georgia, in a southern state. But is that even a debate in the state of Illinois, that Ronald Reagan should be added to our capital ring, right? Like when you walk around, now he was a president, but what did his presidency mean to us? Isn't the era of Ronald Reagan what we're trying to unwind right now? The failed war on drugs. Now, I'm not going to say he originated. The war on drugs was originated by Nixon. He took it to the next level because he gave the drugs to then go to war on. Like, yeah, I could see if California wanted, but right here in Illinois, does Ronald Reagan deserve a statue in the state of Illinois? We're going to talk about it more when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show with the social media question of the day. Maze, Ruthie, and Riis in the building.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIFTV-PM Monster Jam. Coming to Allstate Arena September 17th through 19th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Visit monsterjam.com for event details. You have to see it live, so get your tickets today.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:02 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and weather update. In sports, the Chicago Cubs in Game 2 against the Cincinnati Reds at Wrigley. Bottom of the 10th, Jason Hayward would hit a 3-run walk-off homer, and the Cubs will win 4-1. The Chicago White Sox bats were quiet last night as they would lose to the Oakland A's 5-1. Over the traffic, on to the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop is 36 minutes. Back out will be the same. On the Eaton, inbound from Deerfield till exchange is 35 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 28. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop is 60 minutes. Back out to Thorndale, just 38. The Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 63 minutes. Outbound is 34. The Bishop Ford is from I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 45 minutes. 28 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 20 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes back out to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive is locked in at 8 minutes all around. That's South 55th to Jackson, as well as Jackson to 55th, and North Randolph to Bryn Mawr, and Bryn Mawr back to Randolph. Today's weather is currently still 61 and sunny. Expect a high of 73 and a low of 59. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now let's get addicted with Slick here on the Maze Jackson Show.
I mean, I know that you're here with me and everything, but since you just left a few hours ago, I've just been going crazy. And I done come to realize one thing. Oh, baby, I miss you. Yeah. Ooh, baby, oh, darling. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Your love must be some kind of drug, baby, 'cause it just keeps on calling me, and I just need a hit of your love. It's got me shaking and feeling for your touch. Baby, of you I can't get enough. It feels like I I done OD'd on you, babe. I'm addicted for you. Can't stop loving, 'cause I can't get enough of you, babe. 'Cause I'm so addicted to you. This must be love. 'Cause I can't get enough of your loving. I'm so addicted. Can't stop. I need you right now, baby. I'm so addicted to you. You're always on my mind, my mind, my mind, every day. It's been too long since I had you in my arms, and I don't know if I can take any more of being without you. Even though it's only been an hour, it feels to me just like forever. And I am hoping that I can see you soon. See you soon. I'm so addicted. Lord have mercy. I can't be without you, baby. Oh no, not for a minute, not for an hour. I'm so addicted. I need to check myself into some kind of rehab. 'Cause I need some help. Somebody help me, please. Please. La 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 la. I need to testify this evening. Oh Lord, have you ever loved somebody so much that you just can't get them off your mind? Oh, I'm so addicted. Oh Lord, 'cause I can't stop loving you, my baby. Oh darling, oh darling. This must be love. I've been overdosed on your loving. Can't stop loving you. I've done overdosed on my baby. So addicted to you. Without you, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Ooh. I'm addicted.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black niggas neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, ho, one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. The Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, DJ Riis the Bopper. Riis bopping back there. Riis be trying to get us. He be trying to
He don't know what bopping is.
Riis be
from out west. Are you serious? King of the bops come from out. Come on, man.
King of the bops.
King of the bops.
I like that.
You're the king of the bop. All right, Riis. Riis the ruler's in the building, bopping to Loch Ness Monster, who be faking people out. We ain't gonna talk about that though. We ain't gonna talk about old.
Let it go, man.
Huh?
You gotta let it go, man.
He can't.
He can't let nothing go.
Mm-mm.
You know why though?
Why, Mace?
Cause when I let it go, they do it to us again. Now I ain't gonna trip on Ness, cause Ness dropped us a banger. He dropped it off and then walked out. You know, he's like, hey, go to the store with this. And he put it out there. And it's like we've been playing it ever since. You know, I was just trying to get the live version. I'm still waiting on our video shoot. We were supposed to have a summertime video shoot, right? We were supposed to. I had down, right? Man, I got Ruthie doing her lines
with the intro videos on your show. That'd be dope.
Right? I'm saying that could have been. I got Ruthie doing her lines, like she did the whole little.
I think I know all the lyrics to the song.
We should all rap it, and then we could cut it. And then we could just throw it in where we want. That's all right though. Ness don't want to do nothing. He don't want to be rich and famous. Don't you want to be rich?
We can just shoot it without him.
Sound like the story of my life. People be like, oh, is that Mace? Let me stop. I'm gonna stop. All right, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, and DJ Riis the Ruler in the building. Hey, y'all, I'm asking the social media question of the day. Is this question too old for y'all? It's too old for you, Ruthie. Ruthie, did you remember Ronald Reagan?
Only the drug thing.
Product of Reaganomics.
And then people saying Reaganomics.
When Jay say I was a product of Reaganomics, man. It's like, I feel like the 80s was the best. I mean, it's like everybody be tripping, but 80s was the best. The best people weren't born in the 80s, but they came up in the 80s.
You know, I
like
think
if you graduated from high school in 89, you was probably in the greatest people ever.
The best time to get Reagan a statue would be after Trump, though. That's why they doing it.
But my thing,
they only got a short window left.
Yeah, but why would they be doing it in Illinois? That's my point.
A litmus test.
For who though, Ruthie? Like, it's a black chair of the committee. Like, I'd be like, look, when you the chairman of the committee, I'm sorry, I didn't even see that. That wouldn't even make it to the agenda. Ronald, like, are we really going to? Because this is my thing. Like, there was a time, this reminds me of George W. Bush, right? Y'all let him kiss Michelle and y'all forgot that he started a 20-year war, right? Like, I'm just thinking about this. We've been in a war for 20 years. He was the worst. I remember being in Washington, D.C. when I got video of his helicopter flying away. And people was like, woohoo! Don't never come back. You and your mama now. Then all of a sudden, Michelle kissed him, gave him a little peppermint, and y'all happy.
That's because Trump was so horrible.
But Donald Trump was the rebirth of Ronald Reagan.
I agree.
So are we pretending like we don't? Like, I guess my thing is the people that are voting on this, don't they notice?
People be trying to whitewash history.
Why would black people whitewash history? Like, I almost feel like it's offensive. Like, I wouldn't even be trying to put Ronald Reagan up.
It's offensive, but see, let me tell you this. Let me
put
you on. Let me put you on.
Put me on.
Right now, white people need some consolation prizes related to like white supremacy, genetic annihilation, back to the glory days of malt shop. I don't know. So that's what Reagan reminded him of back in the malt shop.
Back days when they had separate fountains.
When they had the blacks, under a certain type of control. And the media was able to propagate certain messaging. And so a statue toward Reagan is like a nod to them, like, okay, white people, we still see you. In Illinois, though, like, really?
But I'm saying, okay, so Ruthie, I must tell you, that was some pretty dope analysis right there.
Thank you.
I gotta give you that. I'm gonna give you that. Still think you do better in the kitchen, but it's tough for me in a state like Illinois for us to even be they just took down Robert E. Lee. Like, we just said they are literally planning a march to support the January 6th. They're calling them political prisoners. The grandfather of all these white supremacists who want to return to the good old days, who want to make America great again, their granddaddy was Ronald Reagan. When they show you the parallels between Ronald Reagan's campaign, like, Ronald Reagan, did you know that Ronald Reagan kicked off his presidential, where he kicked his presidential campaign off at? Where they killed Cheney now? Like was it that part of, that Mississippi town where the black dudes found them dead? Remember the two Jewish guys?
Oh, yeah.
And the black dude, the three, they were freedom riders. And they went down south and they was trying to register the votes, and then the Ku Klux Klan killed them. He kicked it off his campaign there.
Oh.
Ronald Reagan. I watched a documentary, it was like a 3 or 5 part documentary on Ronald Reagan. It's on HBO. Yo, he was like, straight up, like, he sent the police, he said, kill him. Like, the plan is kill him. It's okay. Again, we are still recovering from the war on drugs. This man, remember Oliver North? Right? Remember how they were selling drugs to black people in California? The crack era started because they was popping it off, and George Bush was at the CIA. Y'all don't remember all this? Remember, it was crazy to me when we was remembering George Bush like he was Jesus. George H.W. Bush, and remember they had the train across the thing, and it was like, yo, guys, he was the head of CIA who started the whole cocaine for weapons joint. We gonna forget all that. How does this happen in Illinois? Like, do the white people in Illinois need a consolation prize?
Yes, white people across the country.
No. In Illinois, give us a call, 872-259-7474. I know we got some veterans out there, some black folks that remember the Reagan era. Does he? I remember the Reagan era. I don't think it was so terrible. Now, I was living in Bolingbrook, so y'all gonna probably say you ain't count Mays.
Wait, Mays, you want a Reagan statue or a Mike Madigan statue?
Oh,
gotta pick one.
Oh.
So they're gonna start with Reagan. Next thing you know,
Ruthie around here dropping.
Have a Mike Madigan statue.
Dang.
It might be too soon for a Mike Madigan statue. They gotta wait. They're gonna wait a little while. Like
how long do the women gotta forget? How long will it take for the women to forget?
I don't know. It depends. on where they.
Wow, Ruthie is saying. So Ruthie, you're implying that this is a precursor to the setup, just the underlay for the overplay to see how mad people really are.
Yep.
And if we can take a Reagan statue, we can take a Madigan statue.
You definitely could take a Madigan statue. If you
Who
take a
votes
Reagan
for that?
statue.
So, let me just be clear. Ruthie, the people don't get a vote. The people, so let's just say this. We don't get a vote on whether Ronald Reagan gets a statue. So, who has the supermajority? The Democrats. So are the Democrats going to vote for a racist white Republican who we now agree started the crack epidemic? Will we honor him in Illinois? And if so, then how can we not honor Mike Madigan? Ruthie, you be making me think too hard in the morning. Let's go to the phone because Roosevelt, I need to talk to you, man. What's up? As Boosie calls him Uncle Rosie. What's up, dog? How you feeling this morning, Roosevelt?
Hey, how you doing, man? You know what? Madigan, I won't say very much about, but I do remember the Reagan years. And at that point, I was visiting my now wife in Hyde Park. And I would go to Mellow Yellow. No, where they had the popcorn, the peanuts on the floor. I can't think of the name right now.
Oh, yeah. Captain Hard Times, was it?
No, you bought.
I remember it was right upstairs, and you get you some, and the peanut shells is all over the floor. I remember that. Somebody gonna tell us. Go ahead.
Right. Now, during that time, I would, take my dates there, and I noticed, that the white folk would send me a bunch of, obviously, to me, it seemed like they were retired white females who might have been in the school district and they're having brunch at, it was really a nice place. You could, integrate if you wanted to. And I ain't saying that. I love that in this place. But nevertheless, I heard them, and that was the first time when they was putting their pennies together because Reagan had done something to the economy that it had, for the first time in my life, I realized that it had affected white folks. But now back to the question that doggone statue. In Illinois, no. Absolutely not. Unless you have it like they have Mount Rushmore, you're honoring presidents as it go without regard to their quality, but just this is a statue to presidents. But as to the noteworthy of the humanity of this guy, no. So I vote a resounding no for Ronald Reagan and in any of those other the Trumps and everyone else, every president, black or white. If you want to honor them in the state, I just can't see that because all of them, by varying degrees, practice the same systemic racism. What you say, please?
I think you're right, Uncle Rosie. I think you're 100% right. I think he shouldn't get none. Hey, Uncle Rosie, give Boosie, say what's up to Boosie because she named you. So now when you call, we're going to call you Uncle Rosie.
Who is Boosie? I appreciate the honor. But, I had to, at 81, I had to sort of say, okay, maybe I might be old. I don't know. But I'm working on the idea. It takes me to another level. And all my life, maybe let me say this. The sun is on our side. Now watch it. The sun, there's that same sun out there that put us to sleep as a group of people has morphed, and it's putting them to sleep, and it's waking us up. That's why the appropriateness of this, are you woke yet? You see, they're going into a doldrum, and we are the new hope. The new hope is that we just don't follow the same system that they followed, because then humanity would walk swiftly through the hours of time. Anyway, I'm going to stop doing this, but thank you for taking time to hear an old guy like me, and I appreciate your show. And what's Bootsy, by the way?
Bootsy, it's not Bootsy, it's Bootsy, and she is like one of our number one supporters online, and she loves when you call, and she like, thank you, Uncle Rosie, because I can't wait to get some knowledge from you. So we got one big family here. Now they done named you deacon. They calling you reverend. But you know what? We love when you call to preach to us. So don't you stop calling, Uncle Roosevelt. We appreciate you. All right, let's go to next.
I love you guys.
We love you too, man. We love you too. All right, let's go to Frank. Brother Frank, should Ronald Reagan get a statue in the state of Illinois?
Heck no, with a capital X. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, Brother Mays.
Good morning.
Sister Ruthie and Riis. You know what? Now, I'm a baby boomer. So I remember this rat, Ronald Reagan, okay? Now is the time to totally expose this guy for who and what he was and deflate this evil the Republican Party had with him. Ronald Reagan, just like Richard Nixon, got in the office by committing treason. You see, just how Ruthie said the only thing she know about him was the welfare queen and Reaganomics. But see, he committed treason with the hostages in Iran, with the Ayatollah. Jimmy Carter made a deal with them. They were going to release him. Be released in 15 days. He said, no. His administration, his people got a hold of him and say, look here, keep the hostages in Iran.
Oh, I remember that.
Do you remember that?
Hold on, Frank. I'm going to tell the people because I don't know if they heard you. But do y'all remember when we had the crisis in Iran and we had the hostages and everybody was watching the hostages every day and every night all across the country? Well, Jimmy Carter in the presidential race had negotiated to get them free. And Ronald Reagan and them said, don't let the hostages out until after we take over. Can you imagine being a hostage away from your family and the president-to-be say, don't let them out till I win? So you wonder if there could be a conspiracy about what's going on with these police. See how they dirty, man. Keep going, Brother Frank. You got a couple more minutes.
That was treason. Richard Nixon pulled the same tactic with the war in Vietnam, okay? A deal was made to end the war. He jumped on the horn with his administration coming in and said, no, keep the war going. He talked to Viet Cong. And President Johnson had it all on tape, okay? Him and his DOJ. But they decided not to release him because they figured it was going to shake the confidence of the American people in this government. So he took it to his grave, but those tapes came out anyway. He made a deal to keep the Vietnam War going. Reagan is the reason why we have high student loan debts now. He reversed it in California from the government paying 80% and you paying 20%. Well, he reversed that. And when he got into the White House, he did the same thing for the entire country. You see, that's right. President Eisenhower was the last legit Republican president that got elected into their office legally. All the rest of them, even with Donald Trump, got into their office by committing treason or voter suppression and voter purging to get elected. Okay? And Reagan was one of the main ones. And last thing I'm going to say, just lay it out, you know what I'm saying? Daddy Bush, they stole Ohio. Son Bush, they stole Florida. Donald Trump, they stole the Electoral College through voter suppression and voter purging. Reagan is a rat, and it's time to expose him. You see what I'm saying? And deflate this equal him.
Brother Frank, you don't never be for it, dog. Brother Frank, you letting everybody get it. Brother Frank be like, everybody. We gonna put Brother Frank in EBK, man. He gonna be an everybody killer because Brother Frank be like, everybody can get it. He said, heck no with a capital X. Think about when he said, heck no with a capital X. I was like, what is an X? ECK. Brother Frank, thank you for calling us. Hey, y'all, this is the Mace Jackson Show. Does Ronald Reagan get a statue? Like, Ruthie, how is this even a debate right now? Like, I know how it is, but you tell the people because I might have to buy into your theory right now. Because, white people, Ronald Reagan crashed the plane as far as the economy. Like, our economy, he sunk the economy, right? It was already bad. He lifted it up and then he body slammed it. But white people refuse to even acknowledge that. They refuse to acknowledge Iran-Contra. They refuse to acknowledge that he was senile in his last years. Like straight up senile, like senile. Like senile. Like to the point where he couldn't come outside.
Oh.
Like Nancy Reagan was running the whole joint. And so now my thing here is we know the facts now. It's not like we ain't got Google. Mm-hmm. Right? So y'all gonna put him up here like he was. Now, if you're saying, I think I do understand how Uncle Roosevelt said, if there's like the presidents of the United States that came from Illinois, he could be in that. But like to be like, dun dun dun, mm-hmm. I'm Ronald Reagan.
You know, if they was, do he got a statue at Eureka College?
Of course he does.
Okay, put it that in.
No. That ain't enough. And see, to me, Ronald Reagan was the last time white America felt great until Bush. I mean, until Trump. And that's why no matter what he's done, you know what they called him back in the day? What? Reagan Democrats.
Yeah.
I got a good friend of mine who says that Ronald Reagan gave a place for the hairy-legged white males who had been abused by the Democratic Party, who felt like they had no place to go. And he presented well, so you didn't necessarily think of him as a racist. Like, I would say, like, until you understand racism, mm-hmm. Like, he talked in some good old code. But again, imagine if you say, I'm kicking my campaign off at the place where they murdered Emmett Till. As a white person, not a black person. They killed 3 people who were trying to register people to vote, and he kicks off his, was it Oxford, Mississippi? No, that's the school. I'll get the name of it. But imagine opening your campaign for president at the place where 3 freedom fighters or 3 freedom riders were murdered.
Remember Trump tried to have that campaign rally down there in Tulsa for the anniversary?
Mm-hmm.
And people was like,
hold it, homie. Hey, let me tell you this. We're going to take a quick break. And then after we take this break, we'll come back. We'll take your calls. And then we got to talk about this class action lawsuit. Ruthie, did you know in 2014, the Chicago Police Department stopped over 700,000 people?
Oh. In a year?
Mm-hmm. 71% of them were black. That means over 500,000. Check this out, though. What would you say if I told you they stopped over 700,000 people and exactly 0 led to an arrest? Have you ever been stopped by the police for no reason? We're going to talk about that when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show after we take your calls. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Church Chicago's Power Hour. I'm your host, Angie Mims, and
Terrence Keys, TD, a.k.a. Terrence Daniels.
I had one witness in the house.
You got one. You got a couple of them. Got a couple T's. 2 T's.
Give me a testimony.
Oh, Lord. He's did it before. Oh, Lord. I got one. Better. I got 5 reasons. 5 reasons. Oh, Lord. He turned it around. He woke me up this morning. Oh. Don't do this. Go number 4. He woke me up this morning. Come on, number 3. He woke me up. Oh, Lord.
He woke you up.
That thing can touch you. One of them 5s will get you. What's the second one? He woke me up. Yes, sir.
Oh, my God.
And the number 1 reason. Number 1. Final answer. He woke me up this morning.
He woke me up this morning.
That's a testimony.
That's a testimony.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:33 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. In sports, Chicago Cubs versus Cincinnati Reds at Wrigley last night. Bottom of the 10th, as Jason Hayward would hit a 3-run walk-off homer, and the Cubs will win 4-1. The Chicago White Sox at Oakland taking on the A's. Bats were quiet as they would lose 5-1. Now over to traffic. Excuse me. Over to the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop will be 53 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 47. On the Eden, inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange will be 53. Exchange back to Deerfield will be 37. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop is 72 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 41. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 68 minutes. Outbound will be 38. The Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 60 minutes. 30 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 24 minutes to the Loop, 17 minutes back out to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson is 11 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 7. On the north side of things, still 8 minutes both ways. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr as well as Bryn Mawr to Randolph. Today's weather, it is currently still 61 but sunny. Today expect a high of 73 and a low of 59. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's Sparkle with Easy on the Maze Jackson Show.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like anchors fighting the waves. A partner to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you would not know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something like it was nothing. Ooh, somebody, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so weak. Say, easy love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so weak. Say, easy love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time. I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me. Know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something like it was nothing. Ooh, somebody, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy love. Easy, you make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so weak. Say, easy love. You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
If you ain't trying to help us, don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies now, other politicians. We need money and no no symbolism. It's Mace and Riis and Ruthie and Todd, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve them. In the mirror, realize you great. Yeah, we always argue with our brothers, but ain't nobody gonna take our place. Just stay in tune and stay on top about who forward, about who not. Just green light, all the black economy. Then watch all the shooting don't stop. To my black people in power, just remember we put you in power. If you really wanna save all the black princesses, be Mario and I Bowser. They gave us a hard job. We gon' make it if we do it together. Divided before, we gotta evolve. With confidence, you are ready before you started. With no confidence in the people, we always gon' be defeated.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, DJ Riis, the ruler, Mr. Business in the front, party in the back. Yeah. Ronald Reagan. Should he get a statue? Riis, are you a product of Reaganomics? When you graduate from high school? Nah.
I was just born.
Ruthie, you ain't a product of Reaganomics.
Yeah, I'm born 88. I'm born 88.
Oh, you was born in 88?
We was on the tail end of the crack
born in
era.
88?
I'm born in 88.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm like
You was born in 88.
Born in 88. It's the best year.
It is.
Yeah.
No.
Definitely is.
The best. Wait, you was born in 88 too?
Mm-hmm.
See? Best years. They started making kids after 90.
We see the thing about being an 88 and an 89 is you could be like, yeah, we 80s babies.
Right. But I can tell you what the 90s like.
But 90s, them was our years.
Yeah.
88, boy, it's a good year.
89 was the best in the 80s.
But we experienced the crack era. I know I did.
Oh, for sure.
Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit later because don't forget, we got to do our poverty hacks.
How poor are you?
No, we know poor is a man.
I don't say poor. I want to say what it's going to be poverty hacks. How did you know were you in poverty? Did you even know you were in poverty?
Nope.
Right.
But I ain't never going back.
You ain't know?
Have you escaped?
Had no idea.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to talk about right. What did you know did you ever think that people was rich and they wasn't rich? Uh-oh, you about to get Brandon?
Brandon, I'm coming in the comments right now.
Uh-oh, Brandon. Look, y'all, Brandon been a little spicy lately. You know,
people start typing hard like
you can hear it on the tape.
I'm definitely an 80s baby. I'm born in 88, man. I got 2 years in there.
When they say you're an 80s baby,
we 80s babies.
You were born in the 80s? Because I feel like I'm an 80s baby because that's where I came.
Because you experienced it?
That's what?
You born
a 70s baby?
You're a 70s baby.
Okay, I'm a 70s baby who kicked it hard in the 80s.
What the 80s is like, and that's us. Like we
the 80s,
baby,
the 90s? Okay, I slayed the 90s. 90s, so 96 to 2010, you couldn't tell me nothing. And now back to 2021, you can't tell me nothing. All right, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Ruthie Moore in a text battle with Brandon Tomlin.
I can't log in. I gotta log in.
Meanwhile, let me get your log in. Meanwhile, Riis, the ruler, in the building with his happy hat on. Shout out to Joseph Williams, who is out there. I seen you out there fighting in Dalton. They do have zero memories. They remember. No, they don't. They got no memories of the 80s. None.
I got like one.
What?
I got like one being party train.
Being in the party train?
Being like party train. I remember that.
Oh, potty train.
Potty train. I'm sorry.
You was close.
Because why? It took you till 5 or something?
No, I was party training like 1.5.
You remember 1.5?
Yeah. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like right there.
See,
like,
I told you, Reese. I tell you about Reese. Reese know everything.
Yeah.
Y'all be talking about me. Reese be like, I know that. I be like, hey, Reese, Reese is worse than my son. I'm telling you. I could be like, hey, Reese, let's go to. He's like, I knew I was going there already. See? I couldn't even get it out. It's the Maze Jackson Show. So let me go to the phone lines. Should Ronald Reagan get a statue? On the live line, we got my man Anthony going for 5 days in a row. Brother, he hung up.
He did hang up, but I think we got a Dr. Rosie.
Dr. Rosie?
That's what it looked like. Hey, this is Dr.
Dr. Roosevelt again? Come on. Open up. Dr. Rosie on the Maze Jackson Show.
No, man, this is Brother Rosie again. Look here, I got a piece of property I want to give away. It's on 75th Street, 712 East 75th Street. It's diagonally across from the Presidential Lounge. I want to give it away.
Why you telling everybody instead of killing me? Uncle Rosie, you tripping, man. You supposed to cut his call, get his number. I want it, Uncle Rosie. You tripping. You can't be giving away the birth dibs.
Look here. I'll give it to you. I give it to you with joy, blessings, and charm. And please me, I'll do that. Now, if you're interested or you know developers who want to take it, I'll give it away. Preferably, I want to keep it in the family.
Well, look, brother, I do. Well, we do know what you mean. Now, how much taxes you on?
This might be about 30 some in taxes.
30,000?
But it's
how big is it?
It's a lot and a half.
Oh, you know, I'm about to go and check. Uncle, write that number down, Reese. Well, I got to watch. Reese
already got it already.
Nah, Reese ain't gonna give me the number. Uncle Rosie, we getting ready to get that.
It used to be, look amazing. It used to be Spoon's Chess Club. I
Really?
ran it.
Really?
Yeah. It used to be, they had more judges attending it when it was running. And you know, I got an alderman who want to make a parking lot out of it. And they've done some awful things to me. I've been in court for the last 5 years, and they want to make a parking lot out of it for the presidential lounges. I don't want that because it's the way it was done. And I now want to give it away, auction off. I give it to you if you want it because I love what you're doing.
Well, we getting ready to come. Reese, I'm going to go check it out. What's the address again? 712 East 75th?
Yes, 712 East 75th Street.
Ruthie, we got to take a ride today. All right, Uncle Rosie, Reese, write his number down. We're going to call you back tomorrow after we go take our ride.
Okay.
Thank you, Uncle Rosie. Love you back. Good Lord, that's what I'm talking about. Now, if anybody got any buildings they want to give up, anybody got you got an old car, if you need, if you got to give up, we accept the donations. The doors of the church are open.
Hey.
You know, if anybody want to will us something, for the empowerment, the embetterment of black people, we will make it work. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
That was crazy.
Yeah, man. That's a blessing, though.
Blessings upon blessings upon blessings. I'm telling you, y'all. Can I tell y'all something?
Oh, what you gotta say now? Come on, get sentimental. When you do right by people, the 48 laws of power say karma come back.
See how y'all be.
Sorry, it's the 88 in us.
I'm through talking. I'm not even going to talk about it.
That's a 70 in him now. You see that?
I'm going to do like the millennials. Look, want me to turn my camera off? Let me turn my camera off. Look, I'm going to turn my camera off.
That's the Ruthie and Riis show.
Look, I'm going to turn my camera off. I'm going to do like, if I can't get hold on. Nah, Reese, let me help you understand, bro. If I can't be on the camera, ain't no camera.
Put the picture up there. Man. It's our picture up there. We still there.
Y'all black. It's all black right now.
I like it black.
It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Reese the Ruler, Ruthie Moore. That's what happened when y'all look. There you go. That's what y'all get.
We be talking again.
Right. Y'all be talking again. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I want to talk about this. Because I can't wait till 8 o'clock, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Because 8 o'clock, I tried. So Carrie gave me the way to phrase the question yesterday about the poverty stuff, but she wrote it so complicated that nobody answered the question. Then by the time they got it, it was time to go to bed. So we're going to talk about it at 8 o'clock. Poverty survival tips. Things that you did to survive poverty. Were you poor growing up? Did you even know it? What were some of your experiences with poverty that made you a better person? Right? That maybe some of those that you passed on to your kids. Poverty hacks. What are your favorite, best poverty hacks? Somebody said, you can't tell me nothing until you could heat up a home run and pizza on a hot plate. I heard that was a hack yesterday. Riis, don't be nodding like you know what that is. And then finally, how did you escape poverty? If you escaped it. And are there family members that still are there? So we're going to talk about that at 8 o'clock. But before we do that, y'all, I could not believe this stat when I read it yesterday, when I heard it. And I feel like I ignored it the first day. Mm-hmm. And then I re-looked at it again, and it was amazing to me. Ruthie, what would you do if I told you that in the year 2014, the Chicago Police Department stopped 716,000 people? 71% of the people that they stopped were black. That's about 508,000 people. 17% were Latino, which is about 121. So think about that. They're 5 times less likely to get stopped than a black person. We've been here long. Okay? Out of 716,000 traffic stops, that's a little less than 750,000 traffic stops. What's 365 divided by? That's 10,000 a day, 20,000 a day. Damn near. No, about 15,000 a day. Let's say about 15,000 stops a day. What would you say if I told you out of 716,000 police stops in 2014 during the era of stop and frisk, that there was a net total of 0 arrests? 0 arrests that came from those stops. Now, I want to mix into that the booty bandit police officer. How many of those stops was he involved in? Why y'all saying it's all good? I gotta ask y'all, how do they stop 718,000 people and 0? Like, yo, when I was like, come on, it's got to be like at least, you can't mean 0. No, they was like 0. What the hell was they basing the stops on?
Well, in Chicago, like a lot of cops don't really. That's why I said, when you said what's a good thing about Illinois, I said, the police doesn't really stop you for petty crimes. So they could have had stopped them.
Stop. They do stop you for petty crime. They just don't arrest you.
Right.
What happens in the meantime?
They just run your stuff as long as you don't have no warrants or anything. They really looking for guns. I've been stopped a lot in probably 14. I've probably been stopped, and my car probably had weed smoke flying out of it. And they was like, what are guns? And we was like, we don't have no guns. They searched our car for guns, and they let us go. Like, had our weed in the hand, gave us our weed back, and was like, go on about your way. So I can believe it.
718,000 stops. All your stops were pleasant exchanges?
The majority, no, but it was
because you just submit, right? Yeah, when they pull you over, you be like, I ain't got nothing.
Well, I don't get out the car though. I can tell you that. If you stop me in the car, then that's what we going at. But no, it was just like, hey, we like pulled you over. Like a lot of the stops was like not true. Like I got stopped coming off the E-way. He said that my license plate's backlight wasn't on. It was after I got out. I took a picture of it. It was brightly on. I do get stopped for, doing like I don't have a seatbelt on, and I do have a seatbelt on just to stop you. I do believe that, but literally, the next question is, where's the guns? You're like, we don't have any guns. They search it and then they let us go.
Riis, do you look like the type that would have guns? What do you think propagated their stop of you?
A DWB, of course. Driving while black. That's the only.
So 500,000 black people get stopped a year just because they black? Yes. That's
black?
So they basically you got to show your papers.
Yeah, like black, or if you if you got a nice car or something, you don't belong in that neighborhood and stuff like that.
What neighborhood don't you belong in?
The one that's drug infested. So
So do you think the stops are warranted?
I mean, not at all. I mean, I believe that they should actually stop for a probable cause. But with the police, everything is a probable cause for them. So, like, I got pulled over, and his reason was we was under investigation in this area. So that was given the right because it was a drug area. So they had the right to pull anybody over because they was under investigation.
So you fit the description.
Yeah, you do too. You take that car in the neighborhood, I tell you where to take that car and they'll pull you over quick.
Why?
Because of the car you got. You don't belong in that neighborhood.
What you mean I don't belong in that neighborhood?
That car don't belong in that neighborhood, and they want to know what you doing over there.
Driving.
That's what you got to tell them. But they gonna run your plates. I'm telling you, it's certain neighborhoods.
Why they don't just run why they gotta stop me? Why they don't run my plates and then keep going?
We want to know what your car is doing over here, and your car is more expensive than somebody's house over here. What you doing over here? Maybe you could be the big shot. They don't know, but I guarantee you gonna get pulled over more than likely. And you black. You black driving that. Oh man, come on, man. What Kanye say?
Still a ninja.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well, a judge just approved a class action lawsuit that approximately 2 million people qualify for in a class action lawsuit against CPD. When I heard the whole concept when I watched that, Ruthie, 508,000 people stopped black and no arrest made. Like, we truly fit the description. And it's something is disconcerting about how DJ is discussing this to me.
Too normal?
It's too normal. It's too slave-like to me. It's like, it damn near is like you gotta check. It's checkpoints. Mm-hmm. Like, let me see your papers. Like, when you think about the fact that, dig this, right? How many black folks is in Chicago right now? 600,000? And 500,000 have been pulled over with no arrests? Now let me take this one more notch up. Or take it down a notch. Remember how I tell you everybody else profits off of black pain? Mm-hmm. Some white guy saw the stats that we think are normal and said, this is a class action lawsuit and we can get paid off these Negroes.
One indication that I've been around you too long is that's the first thing I thought of when I saw the white man with the black boy, with the black young man with the class action lawsuit. I said, how much is these attorneys getting paid? And then I said to myself, how would Mays look at this? And I said, I know Mays thinking the same thing.
Ruthie, I was looking at it like, here's this white guy sitting up on a white TV station with this black dude who is very articulate, who has communicated an issue that so many of us have explained, and we accept it. And the white boy said, we get paid off that. That's not supposed to happen to you like that, right? No, I'm just saying. And we have accepted a police state. Talk to me, Riis. You feel like you got something?
Yeah, so like I said, about like a year or two ago, I told you that I got arrested on my birthday because it was plainly like a wrongful pullover. And I happened to go to Vegas, and my friend is writing a book on how to comply to the law. And he said, when you get to the law, it's a certain way that you have to address them. Yes, sir. How you doing, sir? Here's my paper. He said, you supposed to, he said, you
boss,
to do
remember
that.
when I said yesterday, boss?
And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, why do we have to, do that, or like.
Did you see Laquan McDonald?
Yeah, like
that's why you got to. And I'm telling you, it's a funny thing that you like how you're talking about this, Riis. It's like I go into that. I know y'all gonna be Greg Sherman, Tyrone Muhammad. Don't call me Uncle Tom. Well, you can call me Uncle Tom because he was a good dude. But don't make fun of me. But like literally, when the police pull you over, 2 hands go on the wheel, right? 2 hands. I got to say goodbye to everybody from WBGX who has tuned in to us. This is the Maze Jackson Show. We want to appreciate you every day, 6:30 to 8 o'clock, right here on the Maze Jackson Show. Now, you can continue this conversation. It's going to get good next hour because we're going to be talking about poverty hacks, how you know you was poor and all this good stuff, because I can't wait to hear these stories. So y'all got to play in the call in. Don't miss that conversation. 10 and 2. Police pull over. Yes, sir. I cracked the window. Yes, sir. No, sir. Sir, I am reaching for my wallet, sir. And it's like they almost get off on it. It's almost like, say it again.
He obedient to me.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
And all I'm thinking in my mind is, because it's always the other guy on that side of the window, right? So this guy's in front of me with this light. I'm already intimidated, and it's this guy who got his hand on his trigger, right? Sir, I am reaching for I don't even go get my insurance. I'm going into my glove compartment, sir, and it made me think of the other day when I heard somebody say, I watched a movie where they was talking about boss. I think I was watching Django. And I heard somebody say, boss. And then I thought about how many times we use it. And it's like that pass down. And that, I would tell you that our assumption and assuming the way that we should and the acceptance of, it's 600,000 black people in this city. And 500,000 have been stopped with no arrests. And we get, don't ask no questions. It truly does feel very much like you go back to a place in time where we assume the position, and it's that whole, don't look me in the eye stuff. All of those things that you tell your son when you looking at the regular, ordinary white dude, you be like, look straight ahead. 10 and 2, no sudden movements, because they can kill you and you know it. Hey, y'all.
Yeah, I told you, man, I don't even reach in my glove. If it ain't in my wallet, I'll be like, you can write me a ticket on the rig. I got insurance. I go to court, show them it's dismissed. I don't reach for nothing. If it ain't in my wallet, just hey, man, just write me a ticket.
Just think about how many people we accept that as our norm, though. Like Riis told me, you can't be going over there with that car. And I'll be stopped. That is our state of existence. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Look, y'all, we're going to lighten it up when we come back. Oh, we got a call. We'll take Anthony's call when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show. And then we're going to talk about poverty or lack thereof, because I thought I was poor too. Then did you ever realize that, you thought the other people that you thought was rich wasn't really rich neither? And I want to talk about all of it, because it is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
WIIFTV-PM. Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 8:03 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and weather update. In sports, the Chicago Cubs taking on the Cincinnati Reds at Wrigley. The bottom of the 10th, Jason Hayward would hit a 3-run blast as the Cubs will win 4-1. The Chicago White Sox was in Oakland taking on the A's last night. The bats was quiet as they will lose 5-1. Now over the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop is up to 72 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 39. On the Eaton, inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange is 74 minutes. Back out to Deerfield will be 47. On the Eisenhower is an accident, so Thorndale to the Loop is an hour and a half. Back out to Thorndale is just only 43 minutes. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 66 minutes. Outbound will be 40. On the Bishop Ford, also an accident, so from I-80 to the Dan Ryan is also an hour and 12 minutes. Back out to I-80 is only 28. The Dan Ryan is 25 minutes to the Loop, 16 minutes back to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive south from 55th to Jackson is 12 minutes. From Jackson to 55th will be 8. On the north side of things, still locked in at 8 minutes. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr as well as Bryn Mawr to Randolph. Today's weather is currently 63 now and sunny. Expect a high of 73 and a low of 59. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's So Good on the Mays Jackson Show.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, there's turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20-piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that clothes on. Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that clothes on. Why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your clothes on. It's something about you when you put your clothes on. When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? When you're at the job, just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club, turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting your own woman on. Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done and your nails done, when you put that clothes on, girl, why you gotta look so good? Girl, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good?
To the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case, he was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. What's funny, Ruthie? Why are you laughing?
I get on Facebook for one day. I ain't been on for a long time. This the bad kids class.
What's going on?
This the bad kids class.
This
today.
what y'all in the behavior. Y'all in the BD classes. Not that BD.
Oh my gosh.
This the B. What is going on? I've been getting texts, Brother Frank. What are you doing, man? Like I'm getting texts, people telling me you got one more. You got one more.
God.
What is going on, Ruthie? Ruthie, I never see you in the comment.
This is my first day back on Facebook, and I'm trying to tell you.
What's going on? Is it a fight?
Oh man, it's baddest person hit my hand. That's what's happening.
I used to do that all the time. Y'all getting bullied. Damn millennials. First of all, we don't get bullied. Millennials. Millennials around here getting bullied. Tiger, you ain't regulating. Boosie, you ain't regulating this craziness going on. And Ruthie, I see you jumped in and jumped right back out. Ruthie was like, I'm in it. No, I ain't. Who is this? Brandon. What is this? Brandon, Brother Frank, and Janessa?
Name the names.
What is going on? Do I have to come in? Don't make me come in the room.
Hey, y'all, write their names on the board.
Don't make me come in the room. Where my strap?
No, not
write their names on the board. Beulah said Frank. We got one name. Write their names on the board.
I used to hate them people.
Reese, Ruthie was the person who wrote the names on the board. Ruthie left in the
in charge of Ruthie, and then she was like, "Yeah, you actually been a real teacher, paying right people's names up there."
Y'all, write their names on the board.
Who be writing that? When you was in school, did you have that job ever? Ruthie?
Never was a snitch, man.
You never put your name on, you never wrote nobody's name?
Never was a snitch.
Oh, I used to write the white boy's name on the board all the time.
I never wrote anybody.
Oh, I used to write the white boy. I was like, oh, you call me nigga, huh?
Oh,
I got you. I'd be like, yes. All right, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. Oh, idiots. Are y'all name calling? See, this black people problem right here. Here's the What's in it for the Black People Show. And here we are trying to bring black people together, and I can't even keep y'all together in the comments for 3 hours. See, this is why I'm gonna stay in my capital. I'm gonna be a capitalist pig. Alvin, stop fronting. I know you've been somewhere.
I don't even know what's going on. I just looked up. Like, you ever just look up and there was a fight? You know what I'm saying?
Right. You was like, when that happened?
I'm trying to read, but it's so far back. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, you got to go to the moderator mode and scroll way back. y'all sensitive, man. Yeah, now y'all know. Now y'all know everybody. Y'all be picking words. You ever had somebody tell you shut up? If you tell me shut up, I got a problem. Like, I might not talk to you for like 2 weeks. If you tell me shut up. So he called y'all idiots. What y'all say? I'm just playing.
The phone president, though. You ain't hearing them call him.
No, it's Brother Frank. I know. Oh, they called him the phone president.
The phone president.
Hey, Brother Frank is the president of the phone club. Even though you better be cool, because you know John Austin will take his spot.
Y'all is cutting up today, man.
Hey, man, but in case y'all need to, this is what I think y'all should do to calm down. Everybody should just cash at me. Just cash at me and it all go away. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Ruthie Moore. I saw Ruthie. She was typing. Then all of a sudden, she just stopped. She just not typing no more.
And you heard the...
Right. I was like...
You heard it, too.
Oh, man.
Then it's like, why is it quiet? Because they punked you, Ruthie.
I'll be quiet.
All right, y'all. It is the Maze Jackson Show. By the way, we're going to have our What's in it for the Black People meeting next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Be on the lookout. We will be having it at a different location. But the What's in it for the Black People meeting, the Political Action Committee, y'all, we are back in effect. The fall is over, so be on the lookout for that meeting. I will be giving you the address. All right. Hey, y'all. Yesterday we started this conversation. Oh, Brother Anthony, before we go. Brother Anthony, you are now on the 7-day-in-a-row streak. See how you jumped from 4 to 7 that quick. Brother Anthony, what you got for us today?
Good morning, you all.
Good morning.
Hey, Brother Riis.
Morning.
Listen, first of all, that's 7 years ago that was taking place with the police stopping people like that.
Mm-hmm.
And in that process, especially, you probably never was stopped like I was. But anyway, they had these things called contact cards, right? Contact cards were the little index cards that you take notes on in school.
Mm-hmm.
And from that, they will put all your information on there. And like Riis was saying, your license plate dictate where you live. Would let them know where you live. So if you was out in Roses, right, your license plate might be like BP something. So they know you're from Roseland, but here you are sitting in Bronzeville. And if you was one of the people that moved around the city, was really in the street, they might stop you 2-3 times a day. What you doing over here? And then from them cards, they also had known associates, the people that usually be in the car with you when you moving around. They were doing a lot of what they call in the military recon. That way they have information on where you're likely to be, especially certain times of the day, and who to be known associates, all that. Man, they was out here bogus. And that was only 7 years ago. So when you find brothers such as myself who have true disdain for the Chicago Police Department, there's a reason, man. I mean, I know you need the police in a lot of situations, but, hey, sometimes even Phil Klein would say stuff like, you don't police Lakeview like you do Inglewood. So they was on some straight monkey ball stuff back then, and even before that. And about that, what y'all was talking about, Reagan getting a statue here, he didn't even remember he was from Illinois. In the end, man, I mean, like you said, his wife was running the country. Her and Donald Rumsfeld. They were running the country, man. Rumsfeld, whatever his name was. You know who I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, man, them contact cards, that was a problem, man, because it was worse than racial profiling. This was stuff where they was really going at you.
Man, I'm gonna tell you. Thank you, Anthony, Brother Anthony. We had contact cards in Bolingbrook too, and I don't think it was way before the contact cards came out for Bolingbrook. I remember people be like, "Man, they got a contact card on me," right? And it was like getting a letter in your file, but like the black contact cards was different than the white contact cards. Because when the black contact cards got hit, boy, they hit the whole block. White guys would be like one person. But they did, the contact card has been in, and they said it was a great tool, but it really was pretty invasive. But, we submitted to it. Give me your ID. They take all your stuff, and next thing you know, they gone. All right, y'all. Any other calls on that line? All right. Now, Riis, let's reset the lines because it's time. I want to have a conversation. Because yesterday, some of this, and let me tell y'all, in the comments, right? We got to build, not break. Like, if we can't get it right at what's in it for the black people media, where we all supposed to be going in a direction, right? Like, the name calling amongst each other, even if we disagree, is unnecessary, right? You don't, 48 laws of power, you don't win an argument with words. So I just want to encourage y'all to think about how do we build and not break. All right, so last time, yesterday we was talking, and Ruthie and Riis, y'all was making me feel some kind of way, first of all. Some of the stuff I've been through, some of the things I haven't, but I was just saying, like, y'all, I think a common denominator amongst black people is making it. Is making it. And whether you were upper middle class, you was middle class, or you was poor, that's all relative to where you grew up, the things that you experienced, and the people you knew. But yesterday, I think that there is a point in which all black people share the common denominator of lack of capital. And so, oftentimes we be talking about it from the standpoint of a negative, but I look at a lack of capital as building character, as giving you a starting point that allows you to see how far you've come, or not. So, I want to tell poverty stories. Not poverty stories. So here's my things. First of all, what were you poor growing up? Did you feel poor growing up? Were you poor growing up, or did you feel poor growing up? And if not, when did you know, or how did you know you were poor? I'll start. I thought I was poor growing up, without a doubt, because I only had 4 pair of pants and 5 shirts. We had an AM radio in our car, and I had to pack my lunch to come to school. And if I didn't pack, my parents only gave me $1 for a la carte. I thought I was poor. I never had a pair of Nikes. I never had a pair of name brand gym shoes until I was a junior in high school, when I was able to buy them myself. We didn't have a big car. No, I mean, y'all, you like, what? What's funny? Because I used to see all the black people had like Cadillacs and stuff. And we'd begin play, like we drove a Chevette. Y'all remember a Chevy Chevette? It was literally a 4-seat vehicle. It was a hatchback. Then we moved up to a Citation. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Worst car ever. Hatchback and everything. So I did think that I was, and I think my idea of poverty was based on looking at the kids around me and the things that they had that we didn't have. Now, I've come to learn that some of those things were by choice, and some of those things were we just didn't believe it. So I would tell you that if you were to ask me growing up in Bolingbrook, was I poor? I would tell you yes, growing up. Looking back, I wouldn't say I was poor. I would say that my parents and I didn't share the same priorities on what we needed to buy, where we need to spend our money. I had a car, but my parents made me pay for it, right? I worked 2 jobs in high school all through, so from sophomore year through senior year, I worked 2 jobs because I thought we were poor and I didn't want to be poor. I saw things that I wanted, and so I was determined that I would not be like my parents, right? I wasn't going to be, man, when I get my car, I'm getting me an FM radio. Real talk. When I got me a job, I was like, y'all gonna stop talking about me, because, you know, I had 4 pair of pants and 5 shirts. And so they would be like, And and then I would be trying to rotate them, right? Because at one point I was just wearing the same thing. You know how you wash and stuff be in the clothes and you just take the thing off the top. And so they'd be like, oh, you got your Monday outfit on. Oh, you got your Wednesday outfit on. So then when I tried to get fresh and switch it up, they'd be like, wait a minute, dog, you got your Monday pants on with your Thursday shirt. What you doing? Oh, you trying to get fresh. You trying to trick us, huh? Right? I remember going to the gym, begging my mom to give me some Reebok Classics. And she went to Payless and brought me some Pro Wings. And you know how them Payless Pro Wings look fresh on the first day?
Yes, sir.
You run yourself right up out them, bud. You got to run 3 times around the track. Them joints, they flapping, hollering. And that's when I learned the difference between plastic and leather. Right? When you thought you was fresh, did they ever do the your stuff ain't leather? And then they take the lighter.
It's pleather.
And they be like they light it so it be see my leather. You light yours and I got a hole in my shoe. And now my mama like, who told you to let somebody first of all, where you get a lighter? Second of all, you let somebody burn a hole in your shoe? What was you trying to prove? Don't you know fire burn things, boy? I'm going to tell y'all. So I worked 2 jobs because I just was determined that I was going to have me a pair of Nikes. I was not going to be, and then, when you're the only black kid in your class, you want to be fresh because, they be like, how come you ain't like the black kids over there? They mamas they fresh to death. You over here lame. You don't even got you can't even play basketball? What kind of black dude are you?
And you can't rap.
I can rap. I'm Curtis Blow, and I want you to know that these are the breaks. That was when I was coming up. Okay. So, talk to me, y'all. Have you experienced poverty? And did you know you were poor? How did you adapt? Riis the ruler, because yesterday you was on a roll. Riis, were you poor growing up, and did you know you was poor?
I knew I was poor. I could tell. Like, it was just our circumstances. We had too many people in the house.
What you mean too many people in the house?
You know how you got a 2-bedroom, but but it's 8 to 9 people in there. So you got people sleeping here, people sleeping there. Just of what we ate, you know what I'm saying? How we really could only wait for dinner. And if it was cooked Monday, then you eat the leftovers Tuesday. One no dinner every night like that. So wait. Did you ever experience hunger? Actual hunger or not being able to eat when you wanted to? Probably. I mean, yes and no. It's probably been some times where we didn't have some food in the house, but my mama always figure out a way to do something. She'd probably do something, and we probably had to eat the bare minimum. We always try to keep noodles, bread, stuff like that. So I definitely knew I was poor. Like you said, y'all, Pro Wings. I actually had a pair of Pro Wings, but I knew not to do too much in my Pro Wings. So.
I thought I was fresh though.
And I had a pair of white ones too. But let me tell you how poor I was. We couldn't afford no shoes that year. So my stepmother ended up giving me her shoes. So not only did I have Pro Wings, I had girl Pro Wings. I had girl Pro Wings on. I had to keep them clean with the little white polish and everything. And I used to hide the tongue because everybody was like, oh man, your shoes fresh. But I never let them get too close. But yeah, man, I had that. And like you said, I had about 4 or 5 pair of uniforms, and not even 5. I say about 3 good pair of uniform pants, about 3 shirts.
At least you had a uniform though. At least with a uniform you could play it off, right?
Yeah.
When you ain't got I'm saying
But in high school I did the same thing too, and ironically, what's so funny is that a guy had said the same thing to me. He said, man, I see you with your pants on. He said, oh, man, you got your wrong. I swear to you. He was like, oh, man, you got your Wednesday pants on today. And yeah, but I only had a certain limit of stuff to get, But I definitely felt the same way. I was like, hey, I can't live like this. So, I've been working since 14. I paid all my school fees in high school. My mama said, well, you working? Well, go pay your school fees. And at a certain age, it really was No, you know, and then I had a child young, so I was like taking care of myself really. Like my mother gave me what she can like give me, but you know, I had to do so much other stuff. So it was like, yeah, I know I'm poor.
Okay.
Roaches, yeah, pregnant ones for a long time.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Pregnant mice. You know, it was, I come, poverty. I told you, man, it was a lot of winters that we had no heat, so I had
whoa. Okay.
Sleep in the clothes that I had to iron the clothes so they'd be hot, to sleep in the clothes with my first down on, and I would lay back so my clothes didn't get wrinkled. And then I would get up and go to school the next day, because like anything else, it was like,
too cold to take a shower.
Or we had to like, or you would have to take the blow dryer and like blow dry your bed to like heat it up underneath. And you don't know that one, huh? You put the blow dryer underneath the cover to heat up your bed underneath there. And if you got like a dryer in the house, we did have a dryer but no washer. That was weird too. We had a dryer, so I would throw my blankets in the dryer, and then I blow dry my bed, and then I put my sheet blow dry and then lay in it. But yeah, woo, it's.
Dang, Charlie.
I got stories for days, man. It was
Dang, Charlie. Okay, all right, Riis. When did that stop? No, I'm saying when did you, was there a breakthrough moment? Like, I guess my question is there like a breakthrough moment where your family gets the da-da-da-da and you get your house and you be like da-da-da-da-da-da?
I mean, it got better, and then it got real worse. And then, you know what I'm saying, it changed again. So, you know what I'm saying, like I'm still working on it. Like I got my own house and everything now, but you know, it took a while though. It took a while. I was real terrible in my 20s. So, you know, but
terrible,
like
grimy, terrible like to make money, or terrible like it was.
Like I wasn't like grimy. I just was like, you know, okay, it's 8:30. I was selling a lot of weed, and I ended up getting to, in college, I was the number one most wanted.
No,
but it's college. It's college.
They ain't got no business.
They don't got no, right. You know, they don't have no. So, you know, it went bad. But then, you know, afterwards, you know, you just want to change. You know, I was just like, all right, man, I'm done with all that and everything. So
that's when they clear you going to the back. You be like, oh God.
But yeah, man, poor. You know, man, I remember days that my mom didn't eat because we had to eat. You know, it was poor like that. You know what I'm saying? Poor when we had to share a sandwich together, you know, because I know that she wasn't going to give me, you know, I know that she would make sure I ate. So she, you know, like I get like Italian beef for like $4 then, and I make sure that she get half of it. You know, little things like that. Yeah, man. It was rough. You know, I used to eat breakfast, and like the lunch lady, she would always like give me free food sometimes. You know, like people can like tell and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it was good though, because it taught me struggle, and it taught me I don't take nothing for granted now. You know, I look at things, and you know, I don't never want to go back there. I know how it was, and you know, I know that mistakes can always bring you back there. So like I always take, man, like how I grew up, you know, pops leave and all that, man, that the struggle, it made me who I am, and I'm always proud of it. Always.
Okay.
Wouldn't change it for the world.
All right. Man, Charlie. Hey, man. That's deep. Like, first of all, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. No, I mean, thank you for sharing. That's deep. I think one of the things I think is important that we continue to have these is because I think sometimes we operate in a vacuum and we think we're the only people that went through it. Right? And I'm saying it's scalable. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was deep. Ruthie, talk to me, kid. You know you be telling the stories too. Talk to me.
You said like sometimes we think we be the only people that be going through stuff like this until you like talk to your peer group and the people around you, and it's like, man, all of us experience some level of this. And so it's just interesting how workarounds work. Like how at some point Riis probably didn't even know his mama was not eating because she wanted them to eat. Like those are the types of sacrifices that I think, you know, people make for us that you don't even realize. Like, dang, I was poor.
Right. It's
like, so I got plenty of stories. I took some notes yesterday, but the first one I'll say is when I realized that we was poor, or that we was just, you know, suffering from a lack of economics.
Yeah, that's
was when we used to feed the dog real food. And I was like, wow, we never got no dog food. Didn't realize like dog food actually costs money. So why you giving your dog food when you better boil them chicken legs? You know, chicken legs are pretty cheap, cheaper than dog food. So that's one thing I was like, man, we might be.
I didn't even think dogs were supposed to eat chicken.
Man,
I guess when you ain't got no dog food.
My dog been eating real dog food too for a long time.
Yeah, it's like actually,
scraps,
like you buying food for a dog, no, you better eat them scraps. So I was like, okay. But a lot of things I think that contribute to our like efficiency with making ends meet. Some of it just be ingrained. We don't even gotta live like this no more sometimes, but we just do it because
I want to talk about them too. Like that's on my list of things that we did, that you did back in the day that you don't have to, but you still do. Like, is there recipes that you be like, man, so let me say this. So there was a guy, there was a guy in high school that we went through, like, we was friends. First, we wasn't cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then we became cool. And then years later, and he used to be like a brawler, right? Like, he was, like, Josh would fight anybody, right? And win. And his whole family was like, they would whoop, like, you just didn't want no problem with the Etheridges, right? Because the whole family was coming to get you. Right? And I was talking to Josh some years later, and Josh said to me, hey, man, you know why I fought all the time? And I'm thinking, like, and at some point, he got some rank, and, people started following him and doing all type of stuff. But he was like, he fought all the time because people made fun of his clothes, because he didn't have any clothes to wear. And so because he didn't have clothes to wear, like the football players and people would make fun of him. And so he decided that instead of getting made fun of, he was going to whoop their ass. Right? And then by whooping their ass, everybody stopped. Nobody ever noticed his clothes anymore because they didn't want no beef. But he was like, man, Joe, if you paid attention, and I never paid attention to it because I was so caught up in my Wednesday clothes with Monday outfits, that here is this guy that I'm looking around like, man, people, and he like, the whole reason that I became this quote unquote bully was because I didn't want to be talked about, right? I didn't want people to make fun of me or notice that I was wearing the same clothes, etc.
That's most of the, not just young people, but that's most of the people in life who cause an upheaval. It's to mask something else that they got going on.
Man.
But, bullying, that's why, and I know you be joking around about how soft people done got these days, but bullying was a thing that could either push you over the edge or make you become that person. So I am glad that society has shifted to pay more attention to things like that, because just because you only got 5 pairs of pants now, like literally those are the types of things that contribute to like school push out and the school to prison pipeline. Like, think about it. Think about the bully we talking about. Because he ain't have something, he gonna go to school and torment other people so to keep the heat off of himself. Now that bully is engaged in disproportionate fights, disproportionate discipline. Now, what type of life is that bully gonna have? But also, what type of life is the person that was being bullied gonna have?
The person that's gonna be bullied is gonna be like, I'm gonna be your boss one day.
Maybe.
Or they could just go into a shell.
Exactly. Or they could become the bully.
That's kind of deep. I don't really appreciate it though.
I know. Let's lighten it back up.
Nah,
plastic on your windows. Has anybody experienced that one? Plastic on the windows in the wintertime.
Yeah, I did. We did that.
But did you have a window?
Wait. Shut up, Riis. Stop lying. Riis, you tripping that, dog.
You somebody had like
Riis, you lying.
Like a board
Riis,
in it instead of the glass?
No, like we had to put the plastic because we was playing in the house with a ball and we bust the window. And we couldn't afford a window, so we had to put plastic over it.
Yeah. That's crazy, Riis.
You're not. Riis, you lying.
I'm for real. Yo. My mom was there.
Did she beat you? Did you get a beating for breaking the window?
Man, I definitely won the Olympic of whoopings. no other person. I used to get. I'm telling you, every
you
day.
got the helicopter. Was you standing and taking, or did you You tried to dip dodge and you was doing the helicopter because you know the helicopter when you get whooping in a circle.
I took it, but you know what, man? You know, black mamas, I used to hate when they used to talk to you and whoop you at the same time because each word is a hit.
You better not let me ever hit you again. You know, they be like, slow down with the syllables, okay?
Until you.
Right. How many licks you supposed to get?
I don't know, but yeah, so like definitely.
Okay, we had plastic on it. We had plastic and 65, 68 was like maximum. Like, I thought we was cold. I can't imagine. Like, my old man would be like, go put a sweater on. But I don't think I ever imagined, like, being cold at night. Like, I mean, I might wake up because he done turned the heat to 65. You don't need all that heat.
Heating past, even with heating pads.
Man, you better just rub your legs together real fast and go to sleep.
What?
That creates warmth, too. Like you rubbing sticks together. You just gotta...
Yeah, but how you gonna go to sleep when you doing all that?
It'll make you sleepy. He talking about a blow dryer. That was some fancy things y'all had over there, Riis.
You get that cover and you put that blow dryer under that. You lay up under that, you be like, oh man, it's good enough for you to go straight to sleep. You put that blow dryer underneath it, it's gonna heat it all up.
Did you wake up? What happened when you sweat and it's cold? Did you ever? Okay.
Sweat.
All right. So I'm gonna stop that one. Okay, I'm gonna move on. What were some of your experiences with poverty that you feel made you a better person?
The crate challenge. That's why I told you the best crates. Them was like furniture. Like crates was like furniture.
What do you mean crates was furniture? Break that down. Now we made book racks out of crates, but what you mean crates was furniture?
End tables. You keep shoes in them.
My soul, yeah. You
like,
do a lot of stuff with some crates.
A ladder. That's how I'm trying to tell you. You gotta
what
get
do you mean a ladder?
So you can reach some stuff.
For a long time, I don't think I had no bed rails until I went to college.
What you mean bed rails?
The crates was for the bed.
Wait.
You put crates underneath like it's crates, and then you put.
You mean the thing with the wheels, the bed frame?
We don't. That's crates. I'm telling you, that's what the crates are.
You tripping, dog?
Come on, Ruthie. You put your bed on top
only
of
if
crate.
it broke, but I'm.
Nah, man, I'm telling you.
I would probably put the mattress on the like maybe you want to put it on the floor. You feel like that?
Nah, that's too. With roaches and rats, you want me to take these chances? You want me to take these chances, Ruthie? Oh no!
All right, so what's Ruthie says she learned the crate challenge. So Ruthie, could you beat the Riis? We should do that on Sunday.
I didn't even know what crates was. I didn't even know what they was for until I got old. I thought they was for like storing stuff. I didn't think that
stuff actually came in them.
I had no idea. Because how do you end up with them in the hood? Like, what do you get?
Because everybody got to drink milk for the babies, and then they put them in the back of the store, and then you go to the back of the store, and you just take.
I always wonder how we ended up with just crates.
Yeah, you just wait till they put them out, and then you just take them. They crates, they throwing them away.
I'm gonna tell you that. Although I don't, I think y'all beat me on the poverty thing. I do think that not having made me develop my work ethic. Right? It was, and I think it's the same thing you heard Riis say when he was like, man, I'm not going to take nothing for granted. You hear me say I'm never going to leave my fate in the hands of other people. Like, I used to circle stuff in the catalog for what I wanted for Christmas. And it would always be like so it would be, the A version, B version, and C version. Mm-hmm. They would always find like the X version. Right? Like I want a boombox. They'll come back and give me a transistor radio. So I went and got a job. Right? And I think that not having made me come up with the plan to get stuff. Right? To get the things that I wanted to survive. So Brandon said Wildwood Pop. Yeah, did y'all drink Jewel Pop? Remember when Jewel used to have all the flavors and you can get them for 13 cents a can?
Wasn't it called Shasta?
No. Shasta was the upgrade. Shasta was 25 cents a can. All right. We used to do, let me ask a question. Do you buy name brand? Like my parents would not buy name brand stuff. Everything in our cabinets was green and white and black. Right? Not the pork and beans. No, we got some Chef Boyardee pork and beans. But like if they sold it in the generic aisle, I'm going to tell you. The most embarrassing thing used to be when we went to Jewel Because it was when generics first came out. And I don't know, like now when you buy generic, they got everything look like it's regular stuff and they mix it in with everybody else's food. Right? So now you can go get you get your food next to the food next to the food. So there used to be at Jewel a generic aisle. And everything was white, green, and black. But the aisle was the brightest aisle in the store because everything in the aisle had the exact same white packaging. And so when you went down that aisle, it was like we'd go down that aisle and we spend 3/4 of our grocery time in that aisle. And like the people would come from school and they'll see you down that aisle. And they'll be talking about you like, I seen you in the generic aisle. I seen you in the generic aisle. But forever after that, I refused to buy name brand stuff. Right? Like I would buy an off brand. And then when I got grown, I refused to buy anything that don't got a brand on it. That was traumatic to me. Even though the best cornflakes, Frosted Flakes ever were the generic ones. Because they had the sugar, big old chunks of sugar baked. And because they didn't refine it, you might pour it in the milk.
And it'd be straight sugar.
And it'd be straight sugar at the bottom. Like, that'd be some sugar milk. Mm-hmm. All right, give me your best.
Fruit Rounds.
Fruit Rounds, what's that?
The Aldi cereal is like the bootleg Fruit Loops.
Oh, Lord.
It's killing Fruit Loops.
Give me your favorite struggle meal. Your favorite, like, one that you used to love back then, but is there anyone that you still be like, man, I could do better? Huh?
It's a surf sandwich, of course. That's the most struggling meal.
Do you think, so I gotta ask the question, is the syrup sandwich really just like biscuit and butter?
A biscuit? It's bread and syrup.
No, you gotta get some Hungry Jack biscuits.
No, a Lily syrup sandwich is a piece of bread with some syrup. That's a real syrup sandwich.
No, you gotta get the biscuit at least.
Man, ask somebody in a biscuit. You eating breakfast? Where you get that biscuit
okay,
from?
So your favorite meal, Riis, was the syrup sandwich?
Yeah, syrup sandwich.
Ruthie, what was your best favorite struggle? Like, would you eat one today?
Heck no. I don't even eat ramen noodles no more.
I don't know. I don't even really know. All right, so what's your favorite? What's the favorite one that made it over time, Riis? Like, what's your favorite struggle meal that you be like, I could eat that today, right now? Hey, y'all, give us a call. Tell us your stories. 872-259-7474. Y'all ain't got no... Stop acting like y'all ain't struggle. And y'all stop making fun of me about the biscuit. That's not fun. I be hungry. They be like, go make a biscuit and some syrup.
A biscuit? You gotta get some bread. That's what you get. Bread and syrup.
Did you put your bread in? Oh, you said you put your bread in the refrigerator. I hate it when my parents put the bread in the freezer.
We had to sometimes, so you had to put it like on the stove.
Well, somebody said they used to put they dishes in the refrigerator. What you mean you got your cup? Why is this empty cups? So I'm gonna just tell y'all some of these things y'all be telling me. Yes. Y'all be telling me, and I be like, that's what that was. That's what they meant that was. All right, what's your favorite? So, Ruthie, did you tell me what your favorite struggle meal was?
I can tell you what I can't eat no more, and if I see it, I'll probably get nauseous.
Tell me.
Salisbury steak.
Salisbury steak. Now, where did you get Salisbury steak?
In the box, from the frozen food section. You know what I'm talking about? Just you put the whole thing in the oven, and it be Salisbury steaks. So and then with a can of mixed vegetables.
Oh, I hated the can of mixed vegetables.
Ew.
Salisbury steak.
I can't. I don't like processed
What is Salisbury
meats.
steak? Ain't that a hamburger?
I think it's like ground beef packed together, and they put the little fake grill marks on it. Pork and beans and hot dogs in the oven, literally made like a casserole, like you cooking it, like baking.
Did your parents ever make you eat stuff that you knew was some garbage and you still had to eat it?
Yeah, you ain't no choice. It's some stuff I just like canned. Things I don't really like canned.
I don't like no Vienna sausages no more.
Yeah,
I ate that
crackers.
too much.
Yeah, with crackers.
With crackers and cheese.
Yeah, no, only two, but yeah, like.
Okay, so let me just tell you.
When you start cooking stuff like that, slicing it up and adding it to noodles, it's just like.
When I was growing up in Bolingbrook, my old man put in my, so it was embarrassing enough to have split hot dog sandwich, like a split, 2 hot dog split, and put between a piece of bread, and that's your lunch. Because when you open that up and you took that out the bag, nobody was trading with you. Nobody wanted no parts of that. And they was like, that ain't how a hot dog look.
Man, my grandmother, God rest her soul, used to make us a hot dog jelly sandwich and thought we was going to eat it. She would put jelly, grape jelly, fry a hot dog, put it on there, and be like, here you go, baby.
My old man, like, yeah, when white kids would open up their lunch, or like when you go on a field trip and you get a special lunch, you ever open up your lunch and my old man will put like split Vienna sausages on some bread with some mayonnaise at the field trip, while everybody else is unrailing they sandwiches from the store. Oh!
And your daddy said back in his day, all he took was the plastic bag. All I took was the brown bag to school.
Oh, God. Yeah, no potted meat.
I don't even really like packaged lunch meat like that, because I feel like we ate. Remember them little packets of lunch meat you can get from like Aldi?
Not that budding meat.
Yes.
Like I hated budding meat.
And the turkey.
Oh, I hated budding meat.
Oh, Jesus, I just can't go back.
What do you treat yourself to? Like, is that something you be like, I'm just, you know what? I'm just on this. I don't care. Never. When you go to the grocery store, you be like, I'm not buying that just because I don't have to. Everything.
No,
do you buy things? What did you want in the store that you couldn't get?
You know what I wanted and I couldn't get it. Now that I'm grown, I buy it and I feel so good about buying it.
What?
Them little crackers and cheese that used to come with that red stick.
Oh,
not the generic, but the one handy snacks. Not the generic, but
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Man, I be feeling like I'm balling when I get those. I be snapping them apart, be eating 2 at a time.
Yeah,
you be making a sandwich, you be putting the cheese in between.
Yeah, mama, look at me now.
It don't come with the red. It don't come with the red stick no more.
What you got?
You gotta just use the crack. See,
use it. What?
Man, I'm trying to.
Cracker gonna break.
Like the little long.
That's what I know. So you gotta. Man, it's bad. Trying to tell y'all, I be balling when I get those.
Okay. Ooh, anybody give us a call. 872-259-7474. Tell us your poverty story. Riis, go to the phone line. Who we got on there? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Tell us your post story.
Good morning, Maze.
Good morning. Who this is?
This is Sister Zakia.
Hey, Sister Zakia.
I'm okay. Good morning, Ruthie.
Good morning.
And Riis. I've just been on hold for a half an hour. Just thought I'd drop that.
Hey.
But I want to share this with you because it's kind of funny. It's not about me. But I thought I had heard all of the poor jokes because, you know, I've been out here a long time, right?
Okay.
But some years back at a Rainbow Push convention, Reverend Jesse Jackson's football coach was visiting us from South Carolina. He was one of the special guests there and everything. And after everything was over, we were outside talking and having fun and enjoying each other. He told us that back in the day that they were so poor that his mother had to put Kool-Aid on the layaway. I had never heard that before. Kool-Aid was 5 cents back then.
5 cents a pack.
And his mother had to put Kool-Aid on the layaway.
That is so funny, Sister Zakia.
So I just want to share that. I don't have any poor day stories. Not really. Not really, because we wasn't living all of that good, but we wasn't living all of that bad. I'm a Southern girl, and we had everything we wanted in the South because it came out the land. We had gardens and cousins with cows and horses, and we had fruit trees in the backyard, figs, peaches, and plums, and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So it wasn't no really poor. I just couldn't get a lot of stuff that I wanted. I had, I think, what I needed, but I wanted a lot of stuff that I really couldn't get.
I think that's all of us.
But anyway, I just want to share that story with y'all. I thought that was quite funny then when you told us that about the Kool-Aid.
Thank you, Sister Zakia. We appreciate you calling in. Let's go to the next caller. Caller, tell us your post story, but make it a good one. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, are you there? Hello?
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller.
Let one up you on the third time. when I was a kid, I used to make butter and sugar sandwiches.
I did that.
Put the butter on the bread, then you sprinkle it with sugar, and that was your sandwich.
Now, you know what you had to be careful when you made that sugar sandwich, though? Like, if you didn't put a top on it, you had to be careful when you inhaled. Because if you inhaled when you was eating it, the sugar would get you, and then you'd be...
It was 2 layers of bread.
Oh, you did the 2 layers.
It was a sandwich.
See, I did the 1.
Yeah. And the other thing is, everybody know the Vienna sausage. My grandmother used to buy these things called Redbirds. They were soy or something. They weren't meat. And I hated them things to the day. They was called Redbird sausage. They must have been a nickel for the little can, and Vienna was real meat, and they was like 15 cents. So we get the 3 or the 5 cent soy Redbird, whatever it was made of. It was made probably of soy. That was terrible.
Oh, that is terrible. That sounds terrible. All right, thank you for your call, man. The sugar sandwich, I used to make sugar sandwich.
That was good eating, though.
Sugar sandwich was like right? And you know what I used to do, though? Like, when I really discovered this sugar butter sandwich, I put it in the oven. And then you turned it into, like, the sugar with the butter melted. Reese, why you looking like
I didn't even discover real sugar until I was like 6.
What
kind of sugar y'all had, Reese?
Man, my grandma was a diabetic, so she had that sweet and low.
Oh!
Man, let me tell you, sweet and low was everything.
Oh, God.
First time I put some real sugar, I was like, oh, man, what's this? Where did you get this from? Well, I ain't want them little pig packages no more.
I feel like Reese trying to do us, Ruthie.
I'm telling you, sweet and low don't
Reese around here doing tall tales, guys.
I
Reese, you doing tall tales on us, dog. You had some sugar before you had some damn sweet low. That my grandma.
And low. My grandma watched me like as a kid, so she's the only, so I ain't know no better. I thought sweet and low was the sugar.
Okay, that's funny. All right, y'all, your best pour hack. Yeah, but you can't use the crates now.
You know what? I didn't even know that real butter was not the stuff in the tub until I got grown.
Parquet?
I had no idea that was not.
That's one step away from plastic.
Well, now I know.
Margarine is one step
and
away
I'm never
from
going back. Give me the sweet cream.
Like too.
Do you buy? Huh?
It tastes like it too.
I couldn't even imagine eating.
I don't even know. I didn't know the difference before.
Oh God, I can't even imagine. Well, I'll be honest with you. We used to get margarine too. Like everybody bought. I used to go to the store and buy the Imperial margarine in the gold box. So, what? Give me a hack, Reese. Give me a pour hack. Like how you give me a Jimmy rig some kind of way when yesterday somebody said they made pizzas on a hot plate. How you make a pizza on a hot plate? Do the cheese melt?
Yeah,
you gotta punch holes in it or something.
Put it on that, but you gotta
cover it.
You gotta cut it in half for sure. Like the whole pizza can't fit on the hot plate. And we cooked on the hot plate. Like I said, many days. It was a hot plate.
So, could you cook a whole meal on a hot plate?
Oh yeah, Brett. Like, you know what I'm saying? As long as you can fry like breakfast on that, pancakes, you can make a whole meal on that. It's like having a stove. It's like you going into like Jimmy's and they got all that, like, where they put like your food on there and they like your hamburger and stuff. So yeah, you can cook it just like a regular one. And then you get a crock pot too. So if you want to like do that, and then you get a fryer. You know how you like put that grease in there. So yeah, man, we had all that.
So you didn't need gas.
When we didn't have gas, then we had to go to the electronics.
Okay, what went first? Gas, power. Which thing have you ever had to live without? Gas,
the most,
power, or water?
It was definitely gas for me. Like the heat, for sure.
Like heat was expendable? Like how did you do it? Like, cause I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, and
I have played the heat game and the utility game for a long time. I just got out of that game. Which is, I used to be wait till it turned freezing. As soon as it turned freezing, I knew I ain't had to pay my bill all the way till March. Unless we had one of them spring thaws. Did I tell you about the time that me and Carrie was getting engaged? And it was like right at the end of the play the game season. You know how you be trying to, so at the end of the season, like in that March, April time, it can stay cold and they can't turn your heat off unless it's 3 days consecutive below freezing. And so I think it was like some kind of March or something like that. And it was like one of them warm breaks in the winter. And it was 3 days of no heat, of over freezing. So ComEd was like on, and it's this when I found out ComEd didn't have to come out to turn your joint off no more. They smart gridded you. So I used to always like, you know, and so when you doing that, you come in the house and you flick the switch to see if your power's still on, right? Because you still trying to, how many days can I go? It's almost like your gas tank and you trying to drive till you get to empty. And the day that we was getting engaged, her whole family was coming in and all type of stuff. I come in the house, I flick the switch, and I'm like, uh-oh. So then I go look out in the hallway, because if the lights in the hallway ain't on, then it's the whole building. And it was me. And I was like, and her family was coming to the house and everything, and it's like the power was off. I stopped playing that game after that.
She just said, baby, I'm making it romantic for you. You know, I want to propose.
She would not. She'd been like, well, then I can't see the ring. Turn the lights on. All right. What? So Ruthie, which one of you? Okay, so you've had the most no gas.
Yeah, no gas.
Have you ever had to go? What's the longest you've been without?
Without gas?
Without a utility?
I don't know, probably about gas for like 6 months. Like,
whoa, wait, hold on.
It was gas.
Hold it, dog.
In the summertime, like you said, so in the winter we had it. So when they came to cut it off in like March or April, my mama didn't probably get it cut back on like September, October, something like that. We was eating off the hot plates, and then you boil your water. Be all right.
Been there.
Yeah.
6 months, Ruthie?
That's a long time.
Hey, Joe.
Well,
you ain't get musty none of that time. You ain't. Some days you ain't be like, I'm not boiling this water.
No, you
I'm going to bed.
I'm boiling that water. Even if I gotta take me a bird bath, I'm boiling that water.
Okay. I think the longest I might have been out was a week. I was out for a week, but then I went and stayed down the block, right? And I blamed it on, I think I blamed it on my roommate, knowing damn well I ain't paid no rent. I mean, paid no bills. Ruthie, you didn't give me a hack.
I would say my favorite is curtains. Made out of sheets, towels.
I want like that right now.
Anything. Or just no curtains, just blinds. Some of the blinds be messed up.
Oh, I do the blinds. Like, I didn't know you had to have curtains if you had blinds. I'm still on that page.
Do you have alternate curtains? Alternative curtains?
What's that mean?
A sheet?
No.
A towel?
No. Ruthie.
A sweater? You never had to make no curtains?
Yeah, I maybe have. I may have hung a sheet in the window for a day till I could get to the stove. Tap it up there. Be like, you know. Y'all, all right. I'm going to rephrase this question and I'm going to put it on social because I used Carrie's description yesterday. What was your poor solution for lack of money?
You think it's too much to talk about?
What's your most
the baller things that we do now because we grew up a certain way? So what's something like extravagant?
Give me that.
I don't got nothing right now. I'm still in poverty.
Shut up, Ruthie. Remember when that's a good one. Dish soap is bubble bath, not dish soap.
I still do that a little bit sometimes.
Don't put that Dawn in there.
Make the best bubbles.
Bubbles, yeah.
Dawn though, don't put Dawn in there. And I'm not talking about Book of Dawn. Don't put Dawn in the tub because you know it takes all the grease out, so it take all the moisture out of your skin.
Ooh, good one.
Right, so use Palmolive if you're gonna do that in the tub.
Palmolive.
All right, let's talk about that.
Green soap.
Huh?
That green one. Like Palmolive, that green. I don't know.
That's good for your hands.
Always like,
or blue.
I remember the old Palmolive. What they used to encourage. That was when women knew their place. Palmolive.
Must be 902. Must be 902.
The women knew that like
Must
the
be
Palmolive
902.
was while you wash dishes, your hands can be beautified. See, they made the commercials for the women because they knew y'all supposed to be in the kitchen. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. So for Maze, Ruthie, and Riis, I don't even know if we even say Todd no more. This is the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still use joy You can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.